Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Player's Take, episode 312. I'm your host, Justin DeSimone, joined, as always, by my co-host, Montrell Rice. Montrell, it's Friday. What are we doing?
What do you mean what I'm doing?
What are we doing? We're recording on Friday. What the fuck?
Oh, you can blame my job for that.
Yeah, dude, like, do they have it out for us or something? Like I feel like every event you have is literally on Thursday night.
No, this one I mismanaged it. I forgot. It was a team.
Okay.
It was a team
Outing.
like outing and stuff like that. So they told us she told us maybe a month or two in advance, but I was just so busy this week because we were literally going to be out of the office for 2 days, or a day and a half rather, and I had to cram a lot of work for that normally would take 5 days into 3 days, and then I just forgot about it.
Yeah.
So and then Monster Hunter came out this week, so I forgot about a lot of shit when that game came out, and
I'm sure a lot of people did.
Yeah, so I went to the Lakers game last night. Well, not the Lakers game, but Cosm, and I feel like you were actually in the stadium and stuff like that. So that was pretty cool to actually see like a live game and everything. And then we went out to a couple bars. The team did.
Did the Lakers win?
I actually didn't stay for the whole thing because the game was super late.
How did Luka look? You know, all the Dallas fans are crying still.
I mean, he still looked good. Like I don't know why they traded him. I think the bigger thing is even my boss was telling me not my boss, but my CEO was telling me yeah, the Mavs. And he's like, I'm assuming he's like super connected. So like he's like, yeah, the Mavs are definitely gonna move out of Dallas soon. So
what? No way.
Yeah, because I don't know if you've been paying attention to like local politics, but they have a really big thing where gambling out here. Yeah. Casinos are illegal, and for the last couple of years, there was a vote because I think they only do the Texas Constitution like every 2 years or something like that, or they all meet up for the Texas Constitution or something of that nature, like every 2 years or something like that.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, it was coming up, and it came up already, and yeah, the Senate was like, no. The Texas Senate was like, no, we're not bringing it in. Casinos are still going to be illegal here. And apparently, there's a lot of money being pushed from like Oklahoma and Louisiana because they know, they're going to lose.
The second it happens, they're fucked. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Exactly. So,
like WinStar's literally going to have to move if they become legal here. Like,
yeah, exactly. So there's a lot of Texans here want it, and a lot of Texas businesses want it here, but I guess their money wasn't big enough, and the Mavs are trying to do at least the owners, they were really pushing for some. They're going to turn the airline center? They're going to turn it into like a casino resort type situation, and everybody wanted to bring
the AAC, the fucking AAC. What?
Yeah, that's the rumor I heard, man. And like I said, this is coming from like my top wigs, like so they know some shit.
What are we doing, man? Like, I'm gonna be honest, I don't agree with the Texas state government on a ton of things, but like I actually am with them on this one. Okay, like it's fine, bro. We can go to Oklahoma to gamble. It's okay. It's like, dude, you want to go fucking gamble, go to Vegas, buy a VPN. It's okay. It's so,
like... speaking of Vegas, that's where the Mavs are going. That's the rumor.
What? They already have a team, don't they? Or they don't have one for basketball, do they?
They have one for basketball.
No, they have hockey and football, I guess.
Yep. And all they need is a basketball team. And I think it's easier to move a team.
That's insane, bro. That's insane. That's crazy.
I wouldn't be surprised if the Mavs move in the next 2 years.
Fuck the Mavs. I don't give a shit. I haven't lived here my whole life. I don't care. I don't care about the fucking Mavs. See you later. I'd be sadder if the Stars left, like. So,
yeah. Because I mean,
honestly,
your wife watched the Stars. She's a Stars fan. So.
Yeah, and Jet's a fucking hockey fan too. So I care more about that. I don't really know any basketball fans for the most part. Brad says he is, but I don't.
No, he's a basketball fan. Me and him
Okay.
talk basketball on
Okay. All
Discord
right.
all the time.
Okay. All right. Fair
Yeah,
enough. Fair enough. Fair enough. I don't know. It's just like, look, with the advent of sports gambling, like the rise of it in the last like 5 or 6 years, I'm over it, bro. I'm way over it. Like, get it out of my fucking face. It's every fucking where you go. Gambling everywhere. Gamble, 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 gamble. Dude, it is the vice. It is the vice that businesses have been allowed to pursue in the United States, and it is getting completely out of control. It's in our fucking video games. It is completely taking over sports. Like, I don't need the state to become a fucking gambling ring too, you know? It's like, so I'm okay
as
with
a
it
person, I
personally.
don't. Yeah, as a person that doesn't gamble, I'm okay with it. I never really got into like the whole parlay prize picks. Like, you can make some good money off of it, but I just really don't care at
Yeah,
the
but
end
you're
of the
gonna
day.
lose. You're going to lose most of the
Yeah,
time. Like,
yeah.
like
Eh,
people talk about it like it's a game of skill, and it's not. There are very, very few people who can turn it into a game of skill, and those people work for Vegas. So it's just like, you're not gonna figure it out, okay? Like, you in your fucking house, in your bedroom, you're not gonna figure it out, okay? It's just like, I don't know.
No, I mean, you're
It's
right.
not worth pursuing if you don't already have money. That's kind of the reality of it. If you're like us, you're in our situation, it is not worth pursuing. You are going to cause yourself more harm than you're going to gain, more than likely.
Yeah, I agree. Only thing I've been doing is which is another topic I kind of wanted to touch on. Um not It's not related to gaming, but we talk about it from time to time, is investing.
Mhm.
I've been
Yeah.
buying the dip, man. Like,
Ugh.
stock market took a huge hit, and I bought AMD stock, and I bought a shit ton of Nvidia stock because I know that's just gonna bounce right back. I
Yeah.
know it is.
If I didn't have these medical bills, bro, I'd be buying the dip too, but it is what it is. I mean,
Wait, you
actually,
still have to pay for
Nvidia is
Nvidia on your
still in the
insurance?
Nvidia is still in the dip. So,
Yeah, you can still
it's
buy it.
actually it's actually a good time to buy right now still.
Yeah, I think they hit 99. I thought
Oh, did
they
that
hit
happen?
99.
Did that happen today? They ended at 112, so.
Yeah, they ended at 112. But I think at one point it was at like 100 or something like that. It was crazy.
Okay. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
that's definitely the dip for sure. But even this is the dip. I mean, this is as low as I've seen it since I purchased it last year. So it's very low right now. Is it a guarantee that it's going to go up? Not necessarily, but
It's a
um
high guarantee in my opinion.
I
This is
feel
not
pretty
investing.
confident. I feel pretty
This is not
confident. This is
investing.
not
Yeah,
this is
we're
not
not giving you
investment
financial.
advice. This
Yeah,
is
we're
not
not giving you
financial advice.
financial advice. Yeah,
Yeah. Don't
yeah. I
listen.
feel
Don't
in,
listen to us. But
yeah, I feel in my gut though.
yeah.
I don't know, because my company personally is building a whole bunch of data centers, and that's for AI, and you're going to need a whole bunch of
Yeah.
GPUs and shit like
Dude.
that. So
Microsoft's a good buy right now too, dude. They're under
oh,
400.
they're low as fuck, man.
They're under 400. I will say it's good to get into tech right now, but always diversify though. Always diversify. Don't just stick with one industry. Because that's what's going to happen to you. If you all you do is buy tech, when tech is down, your whole stock portfolio is also down. Like, all of it goes down together. It tends to go in like these trend waves like that, where like an entire kind of vertical goes down together, and then other things like, because I have some Coke stock, and it's really funny to watch because the market crashes. The market crashes like it is happening this week or early this week, and Coke goes up. Because it's a physical good. It's different, it operates on different economic principles. So it's like, when these more abstract things like technology kind of fucking fall, the more practical products go up, because that's what people are into in that moment. So it's like, so it comes in waves like that. So I don't know. It's not financial advice though, guys. It's not financial advice. Let's make
this
that
is
clear.
not financial advice. Yeah, I've just been trying to think outside the
They're
box.
gonna come get us.
I know
They're gonna get us.
Yeah, I just been trying to think outside the box. So I have been investing in like
No, it's good, dude. It's good.
parts
Anytime,
manufacturing
dude.
and stuff like
Anytime anytime you have spare money, like you have to have your emergency fund, right?
Yep.
And that needs to be a lot of money, by the way. Like, I'm not talking like $2,000. That's not an emergency fund. Not in today's day and age. Multiply that number by 10. But when you have a true emergency fund in your savings account, after that, if there's nothing you're saving up for specifically, you should be putting your money into the market. That's like, if you want to actually like grow some wealth, that's what you should be doing. But that's only if you're relatively debt free. You know, it's smarter to pay your debt down first, generally too.
Yeah.
But
Yep.
also, if you don't have a Roth IRA, if you qualify for it, which most people do in the United States because they don't make enough money to not qualify for it. But if you don't have a Roth IRA, set one up, and that's outside of your work. So you should have that also, because you really want to get your retirement settled first, and then you work on kind of the stocks, and that kind of builds your wealth now, and then you have that wealth you're building later also. So you're kind of setting yourself on both ends of the timeline, basically. So now that's a lot. Trust me. I know that's a lot of things. It's a lot of money you're kind of moving around and putting in different places. But once you get it there, it really just becomes about continuing to work and compile and compile and compile. Like, that's really all you're trying to do, you know? Obviously, if you want to be risky, you can like go, you can do riskier things on the market, but you could try your own ventures and stuff like that to try to make more money. But that's, you know, kind of a different realm entirely. So, you know, but if you want to be safe, I think those things that I just lined out, that's kind of the way to do it if you want to be safe and solid. It's good.
I agree.
But again,
not financial this is advice. Not financial advice.
All right. What this is, though, is the Player's Take, our weekly show where we talk about video games, video game news, and other topics pertaining to video games. And sometimes we talk about finance or politics or the Mavs. We post at 6 a.m. Central Time on Fridays on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, YouTube, and your favorite podcast app of choice, except for today. I'll get into that in a second. If you'd like to send us questions, you can do so on Twitter at The Player's Take, or you can send us an email to theplayerstake01@gmail.com. So yes, if you're listening to this, you are listening to it either late on Friday or early on Saturday, or maybe later than that, you know, if you're not a true fan. But we had to push the show back a day. Montrell had a work event, so he wasn't able to record on our normal Thursday timing. So, but I'm planning on I'm gonna edit this the second we're done, post it immediately. So,
okay.
So it'll be up relatively shortly. So yeah, Montrell, how are you? Doing good? Besides
tired.
Work, how's life? You know,
life I can't complain about. I wish circumstances were better, you know, politically and everything. I'm just tired of the whole political climate. But besides that, like,
just stick your head in the sand. It's not worth looking at. It's we gotta survive. That's it. That's all you can do.
Yeah. Besides that, I mean, I'm happy with my wife. I'm happy with everything else. Yeah. So it is what it is.
Shoulders getting better. Feeling good today, actually. Like it really hasn't been hurting me much today. I feel like I have more motion today too than I've normally had. So feels good. Not at the point where I can drive yet, but I'm getting there. I feel it. Maybe in a couple weeks, I'm gonna give it a shot. You know. So that's good. Yeah, life's good. Work's hectic. But when isn't it? I guess. Yeah, it's good. It's good. I've completely unplugged from like football. I don't even know what's going on in the NFL, like, at all. It's not even remotely in my brain. And I feel like I heard like one little thing that like Deebo Samuel got traded, and I'm like, what's going on in the NFL, bro? What's happening right now? You know. So I'm kind of excited to get back to that at some point, but we'll get there. But Montreal, we though have a new game to talk about. And is that the only game you've been playing this week?
Yes.
Okay, so I'll talk about
everything else.
Let me talk about what I've been playing, and then we'll get into the big boy for the week. So Wuthering Waves, still playing this. I'm just kind of in saving mode right now, doing my dailies. saving up currency. There's a new character coming out in the next patch, and it's going to be rerun with 2 other characters in that patch that I want all 3 of them. So I'm kind of like uber saving currency right now. I think I have like 250 pulls or something like that saved up right now, which is a fuck ton in Wuthering Waves, by the way. That's like 3 guaranteed 5 stars, assuming you hit like hard pity. So yeah, I'm saving up for that, hoping to get all 3. I need to get the weapon for one of them also. So that'll be an interesting time when that patch comes out. But so having fun with that still. Playing Turtle some more too. Much to Montrell and Jet's chagrin. You guys aren't getting me off this game, okay? Oh yeah, it's been a long week, man. It's been a long week. I forgot. So since the last time we recorded, I got the fucking pants. The fucking pants finally dropped in Strathholm, and I fucking got them. And let me tell you, this server was making me earn it, man. So 52 runs, right? I said this I don't know, this was like 2 weeks ago now. I feel like I saw it on the 9th run and the 22nd run, and I lost both rolls to other hunters, right? I did not see the pants again for 30 more runs after that 22nd run. And that was this Sunday night, and I got it. I won it. I beat another hunter out, which, let me tell you, this was the most horrible run of Strathholm. Of the 52, this was the worst one I'd ever run. There was the tank had never done the dungeon before, which was fine. It's okay. I don't have a problem with that, right? Yeah. I'm not, everybody's got to learn, right? So I'm still in that phase in many ways on the server. So I didn't have an issue with that, but the tank was, fucked up a few pulls. We had kind of a disaster where the tank pulled a pack that we didn't have to pull, and then the healer was getting impatient and went in the opposite direction and pulled a pack on their own, and we wiped because obviously the group was split. So that was fun. Somebody left, like one of our warlock left, who was a fucking troll, by the way. Literally wasn't casting a spell unless it was an AoE pull, and was casting Hellfire, and that was it. Literally wasn't doing anything else in the dungeon. So I was okay with that person.
People.
I don't understand. I don't understand why people do what they do in these dungeons, bro. I mean, I was telling you about the Onyxia the other day, where this rogue was there naked, running the dungeon, and I'm just like, bro, I don't. And he's like trying to like claim gear doing that. He's like rolling on gear and shit. I'm like, bro, okay, whatever. So the warlock leaves, and then we fill the group with a hunter, and I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Because it's like, obviously I don't want to roll against another hunter on my pants. I don't want it to happen, because by this point, this is the 30th run since the last time I had seen them, and I'm like, bro, if they drop on this run and I lose them to another hunter, I'm gonna fucking blow my brains out. And it thankfully they did drop, and I was gonna lose my mind. But I beat the other hunter in the roll, so it's okay. We made it. We made it. So I got the pants. I'm at the point now where I'm like kind of working on my rings. My rings suck. So I'm working on trying to get a couple better rings right now. And then kind of just raiding now, like doing some pug raids. I did a couple Onyxias. I want to do an AQ20 this weekend, and then maybe a Molten Core if I can get a tune for it. Because I actually, on the one of the Onyxia runs I did, I got a hunter drop that is a material you need for a quest line, but you get the quest in Molten Core from a boss. It drops off a boss. So I got the piece off Onyxia you need, but I need the quest now. And that quest gives you this like epic uber bow. It gives you like this really cool 2-handed staff. And then like the best quiver in the game too for ammo. Also, so I need to go run Molten Core basically to get that. So I'm gonna be working on that this weekend probably somewhat. But yeah, so having fun with WoW still. I think Brad started playing it. I was hearing sound effects the other night. Jet mentioned that too. So I don't know if he's playing Turtle. I don't know, and if he is playing Turtle, I don't know what he's doing. I don't know if he's like trying to catch up to me and he wants to play with me, or what does he want to do? He didn't say shit, so I don't know. So we'll see on that. But outside of that, we got it. The game has come out. Monster Hunter Wilds has arrived. Came out last week, has already sold 8 million copies in 3 days, which is the fastest selling game in Capcom's history. The last one prior to that was Monster Hunter World at 5 million in 3 days, and then I think Resident Evil 4 remake was 3 million in 2 days, something like that.
Yeah.
And Rise sold 4 million in 3 days. So a significant uptick in sales for Monster Hunter. It is mainstream, brother. It's mainstream. It's a big game now, big series. Is it surreal that it's this popular? Like,
yes, it actually is for me. It's super surreal. When I first started playing this game, I knew it was special for some reason, and I didn't understand why the fuck I was so. Oh my god! Did you hear that? You hear that?
Oh my god, is that
Yeah.
Silas?
No, that's fucking Deli. That's Deli.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, I can tell. She's got that more like smoker meow. Like she's got a more gravelly voice than Silas does.
Yeah, she's been bad the last couple of days. So
yeah, okay.
But anyway, yeah. So, yeah, I knew the game was kind of special though. I don't know what it was about the game or whatever, but I knew it was something when I remember the PSP version came out, and a lot of people from America literally flew to Japan just to experience the online, just to experience the multiplayer, because the PSP version was ad hoc mode, so you couldn't play online. You could only play in vicinity of someone, and there would literally be people lining up the streets of Japan just playing Monster Hunter. That's all they would do. I remember watching like old YouTube videos of it because I was like super into Monster Hunter, and I was like, man, I wish it was just popular over here in America so I can do that. Yeah, I always wanted to go to Japan for that, but obviously that's not going to happen now. But I still want to go to Japan because they have a Monster Hunter restaurant that I think me and you should go to one day.
Oh yeah, that'd be sick, dude. What can we have, like Rathalos like grilled steak or something?
Yeah, they actually like do the whole thing for you. Like they would do the whole like get up and everything for you. Like they'd do the music and everything. But yeah, to see it today. All right, if you want to get in my fucking lap, just jump up here, fatso.
Hi, Deli.
Yeah, so yeah, just to see it today though, be as popular as it is. I thought it was gonna be super niche, especially when World came out. I didn't think people would gravitate towards it. But as much hate as I gave World when it first came out, and I still love World, by the way, but I did give it a lot of hate because it was like super easy. And I mean that in a way where me and you came from generations. Also, we came from generations too. So that we were off the generational high off Generations. Because Generations was a phenomenal game. It was definitely like a love letter to the old generation of games. Like, this is going to be our last hurrah.
Yeah, it was the Smash Bros. Ultimate of Monster Hunter up to that point.
Yeah, exactly. That's a good analogy. But yeah, once that game came out and it taught people how to slowly hunt and everything, I think people got it and they're just like, this game is like phenomenal. I think people have been playing like Walmart Monster Hunter, which is God Eater, for so long, and all these other games that try to emulate what Monster Hunter does. And when Capcom finally releases a game on a major console, it was. I just knew it was gonna. Everyone says, like, to be honest with you, Justin, everybody in the Monster Hunter community has been saying Capcom just release it on a major console again.
Yeah,
like, just try it again.
Well, yeah. So Monster Hunter is the blue meth. The perfect blue meth that Walter makes, all these other series are like the shitty meth that everyone else tries to make,
Yeah, exactly.
Like that's and then when everyone got exposed to the blue meth, they got addicted, of course, because it's the best shit, that's out there. So yeah, and I mean the thing. Okay, so let me explain this, because I'm seeing this out there a lot, and it's really getting on my nerves, because I just feel like there's just a lot of people who don't understand the situation with Capcom and Monster Hunter. And they don't understand the industry a little bit. Like, I saw an article, I think it was on Forbes, where they took a dig at like Rise, and they were like, for the inexplicable reasons that I can't explain, Rise was exclusive to the Switch. And I'm like, let me explain it to you, because it's obvious. I don't know this for a fact, but it's fucking obvious if you've played Monster Hunter for a long time. Is Monster Hunter was a PlayStation series at the
Yes,
beginning, and
100%.
eventually it went to the portables. It went to PSP.
Yep.
And it kind of stayed there for a bit. And then they had Try on Wii, and that was kind of their big console return, at that point. And then they had this run with 3 Ultimate, 4 Ultimate, Generations, and Generations Ultimate that were all Nintendo handheld exclusives. All of them. And that was over like a several year period, like 7-8 years,
Yep.
There were no PlayStation Monster Hunters at that point. Like these games weren't being released on PlayStation anymore. So for whatever reason, Capcom and Nintendo had some deal behind the scenes. I'm sure there was a contract. This wasn't something Capcom just decided.
Yeah, so I mean I can explain a little bit more into that because, like I said, I've been following Monster Hunter since the beginning.
Yeah.
There was you're right. There was a deal. Capcom exclusively made Monster Hunter for Nintendo,
and Nintendo did that deliberately. That was very intelligent on their part. They were trying to get the 3DS fucking big in Japan. They were trying to get people to buy it. That was the purpose of that deal, because Monster Hunter has always been huge in Japan. Always.
100% right. Monster Hunter is one of the biggest IP. I can't say is the biggest, but one of the biggest IPs in Japan. Yeah. So also you guys have to understand too, which our brains, even in the EU and in America, I think more so less than the EU, but more so over here in America, we are console driven focused game at home.
Yes.
Japan is very, very on the go. They love mobile stuff. So when the PSP was hot, everybody in Japan had a PSP. Like you could not find one person with the PSP. Where PlayStation dropped the ball was the Vita.
Yes.
So it wasn't as popular in Japan. It was super expensive to produce. It was super expensive to maintain as far as like memory and stuff like that.
Cards,
Yep. So Capcom, I think, read this and they're like, we're gonna go to the 3DS.
Yep.
So yeah, you're right. They obviously first they're trying to get on the biggest console at the time that had the most sales for Capcom or whatever.
And they had an engine they didn't want to update either, by the way. Because that engine the games were running on they had the same engine for like 15 years. Like from the beginning of Monster Hunter all the way through Generations Ultimate. That was the same engine. So
the only thing they did was update the engine around Try. Yes. They updated the engine.
And they didn't that wouldn't have flown on console at the time, and I think they knew that. So
yeah. So another thing is they were trying to put their PlayStation at the time was the biggest selling console. So you put your game on there, and that's where it sold. And then obviously PSP was selling like hotcakes. You put your games on there, that's where it sold, because at that time when PSP came out, that's when the workforce for Japan and a lot of the college kids, a lot of the kids were in college, they were in the job force, they were mobile, people weren't at home as much. PC gaming wasn't that big in Japan too, by the way. It just became big. So you got that. Console gaming was kind of big, but like I said, more so people on the go. Then on top of that, the Wii comes out. It's the fastest selling console of that generation. It sold the most of that generation, I think. And Capcom decided to put Monster Hunter in there. And then it didn't really sell too well. So then they decided to do 3DS, which was selling like, it was a joint effort, right? But people were like, I want to play Monster Hunter, but I also, I guess, I want to play, this new handheld device, because the DS was selling really well too, by the way.
Yeah.
So everybody, it was just like, it was the upgraded version of DS. Everybody just went to the 3DS, and then Monster Hunter was on there. So they did have an exclusive deal with Capcom to put Monster Hunter 3DS, and that's how it was for years. And I believe Rise was the last of that contract, and then that's why we didn't get Rise on PC. Was excluded. I believe PC was like a loophole in that.
It wasn't. It wasn't, dude. No. So let me. Like, this is my theory. So when World came out, this was a big deal. When World was announced for modern consoles, that was a huge moment for Monster Hunter. Me and you knew it, Yep. But I feel like the industry at large, for some reason, had a blind spot with Monster Hunter, didn't really understand what was going on and how big it was going to be. Like, I felt like this, like, to me, before World came out, I was like, this is Monster Hunter's moment. Like, if they hit this right, this series is gonna be huge. And it worked out that way, right? But so it was big that World was on PlayStation and Xbox, and then eventually PC. Like that was a big deal. But yeah, with Rise, I don't know if that was specifically some continuation of an exclusivity deal they had more than I think.
I
I,
really think it was.
I think Capcom and Nintendo made a new deal for that game, and I think Capcom was throwing Nintendo a bone because World can't run on Switch. They're like, we don't want to ruin this relationship. We don't want to sour this relationship we have with Nintendo because we had a very good partnership for a long time. We want to maintain this, so we're making a game specifically for Nintendo. And I think the next game we get, by the way, I think might also be a Switch exclusive at first.
I wouldn't mind that, actually. I actually won't mind that.
I think they're going to alternate like that. I think we're going to get a Wilds World game, and then we're going to get a Rise / whatever's next game. And I think that's what the two teams are going to do. That's what I think is going to happen going forward.
Yeah,
but,
and I actually don't mind that because I like the more experimental shit. Yeah,
I agree. So. Well, Rise was a more arcadey Monster Hunter. It wasn't the like hyper realism Monster Hunter that we're used to. And I think it's a space for them to be more, like you said, experimental, try new things, and I like that. I think that's good. I think the core of Monster Hunter should be where we are with World and Wilds. I think that's the best approach going forward. But I still think there's a space for that handheld type, kind of lesser Monster Hunter game, and that's why I'm frustrated that the industry continues to be befuddled by what happened with Rise. I'm like, guys, it's like not that hard to figure out. It's kind of obvious. Like, it was a contract of some sort they had with Nintendo specifically. There was an exclusivity window for Switch, and it was 9 months, I think, because Rise came to PC in January of the next year after it came out. And there was an exclusivity window where they couldn't put it on PlayStation for a while, and eventually it came to PlayStation as well. So it's like, I don't know. These things it just feels more obvious to me. So, but I don't know. Me and you are more familiar with the series, so I don't know. It's just so weird that there continues to be this weird, like, kind of lack of knowledge or understanding of Monster Hunter and Capcom and how they handle the series. Like, it's very strange to me. It's like, because to me and you, these things are obvious, but I don't know.
Yeah, I just think the industry doesn't want to. I think especially Western audiences, they don't really, not audiences, but like industry people, they don't want. Yeah, they don't really want to understand it. If that makes any sense. It's kind of hard to explain, but like a lot of the they have insiders, and I think if you're like an insider, you have a source you kind of agree with the same like philosophy and stuff like that. That's why sometimes we just see weird articles and we're like, are you guys even gamers? Like,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
And I mean, there is a huge disconnect between. And I mean, this is going to go on a tangent, but I'm not going to stay there for long. So just let me cook. But this is where I think the huge disconnect came in with Gamergate. I think that's why Gamergate was so cataclysmic as far as the world of gaming, because there's that gap or that divide that no one wants to acknowledge for some strange reason. And I think Monster Hunter fell right in between that gap for the longest time, because there are a lot of games like that just fall right in between those cracks where people are just befuddled. Like, why is this game so successful? It doesn't really have microtransactions, and that's because Monster Hunter is just like, it's a video game at the end of the day. Like, you're a tiny ass human fighting giant fucking monsters that are shooting fireballs and like nukes at you.
Like, they crush you. They literally can crush you. Like, you should be dead in one hit, but you're not. You just get tossed a little bit and you get up and you're fine. It's like,
yeah, exactly. And it's just a video game. I think that's what people love about it. It's just a no nonsense. Or
it's pure. It's old school, man. It like kind of harkens back to a different time,
Yeah, exactly.
And it still does with Wilds, for the most part. So I don't know. I don't know. I just wanted to get into that real quick and explain it because I'm seeing it in a few different places, and I'm like, man, dude, I don't understand. Like, did people not pay attention to this series or what? It's like super weird.
No, they didn't. They didn't pay attention. This series went under the radar for so fucking long. Actually, if you look at this game scores, terrible. I remember seeing this game, the first Monster Hunter the very first Monster Hunter scored like a 6 in IGN or a 5, and it was like they were like, this game is bad, the camera angles is bad, which is true. Everything just like but you just did it for the love of the game, man. You did because there was no lock on, there was no click lock on or nothing. You just had to use that's where the claw method came from. You had to just use the claw method and everything. Especially on the PSP version. Oh my god, it was fucking terrible in the PSP version. But you just did it for the love of the game. It was a very, like you said, it harkens back to an old time where it's just a video game. And that's also kind of why this is like my old man, and they call it FUDs, or they call them FUDs in the gun culture. FUDs or whatever, like the old men who back in my day we didn't have fucking AR-15s, we had a fucking hunting rifle, and that's all you need. You're like, all right, grandpa, sit down, hold my
time for bread, grandpa.
Yeah, exactly. So now this is my FUD moment, right? I actually appreciate the tutorials and everything that Monster Hunter gives you. But I don't think I am one who thinks the game shouldn't have to teach you everything. I'm sorry, y'all. Learn how to play the fucking game. You don't want, I don't know if I'm doing enough damage to the monster. I don't know, bro. Just keep fucking hitting until it dies.
Montrell, dude. Okay. Let's go here. Because we are of the same mind. I am so tired. I'm so tired of people who just cannot, for the life of themselves, figure anything out on their own. They're just helpless little fucking lambs. I remember back in my day when I played Mega Man X for the first time. That game doesn't give you a single word of text explaining how to play the fucking game. And it has one of the best tutorials I've ever seen in my fucking life in any game, because it's designed in a way, the level is designed in a way that forces you to learn the mechanics to beat the level. Like the game where you fight a boss and then the floor falls and you have to learn how to wall jump to get out of the wall jump, to get out of the pit. Yeah. You don't know that up until that point. There's no situation where you would have learned that. So the game puts you in a situation where you have to learn, and it doesn't say a word to you. Like Zero doesn't come on comms and is like, "Hey, Mega Man, when you press A on a wall, you can jump higher and hit it again, and you'll climb the wall." Like, he doesn't say that, okay? You just figure it out, okay? So I'm with you, bro. I'm sorry. I like tutorials somewhat in games. It's necessary for certain types of games. Do not get me wrong. But
no, I agree with that 100%. Yes.
There is a degree. Monster Hunter, though, is one of those games where, bro, just hit the buttons, hit the monster, dodge attacks, and you will start learning. Trust me, dude. Over time, you'll figure it out.
It's literally Oonga Booga hit Buster.
It is.
That's literally what it is.
When you first start playing, just play it Oonga Boonga, okay? Just hit the monster and don't get hit. That's it. That's all you got to do, brother. And then all the little layers and nuances will start to click in as you start experiencing the game and fighting more monsters. Trust me, it's a beautiful series for that, It's not a game where you need to have the NPC be like, okay, so you press square to take your weapon out, and then triangle's a heavy attack, and circle's your spinny dash attack, and if you hit R2, you go into Archdemon mode. And then you get super fast and you have a different combo. You don't need that. Okay. You don't need any of that. There's not enough depth to Monster Hunter where you need that. Okay. This isn't a fighting game. There aren't 85 million combos. Okay. There's 5, and that's true for most weapons. It's not that deep at the end of the day. The depth comes into the mechanical understanding of the way your character moves and when you do certain actions, what that means in the game's engine. When you have iframes, when you don't have iframes, when you're locked into an animation, when you're not locked into an animation. Those are the subtle things you need to learn, but you will learn them over time by just playing. You don't need the game to tell you these things. You don't need to go watch Eric's gaming on fucking YouTube to understand these things. You will learn them on your own over time,
Yeah, and I think that's why.
So I'm with you.
Yeah, so I think that's why I have such an appreciation for the game, especially for the first game. The first game was completely unforgiving. They give you first of all, you only get one weapon. In the other games, you get to choose your weapon. Like it's in the box, and you can choose and experiment. In the first game, none of that shit happened, bro. The first game was so unforgiving. They gave you a bone sword and shield. That was your first weapon, and it said, "Have fun, bro. Yeah. I feel bad for you." So you had to learn how to go to the blacksmith. You had to learn how to do this. Also, you couldn't get dual swords. Dual swords was a part of the sword and shield tree. So once you upgrade your sword, yes, you had to upgrade your sword and shield to a certain point, and then it will unlock, and you can turn your other sword and discard the shield and turn that into another sword. That was the sword and shields, or I'm sorry, dual swords. So you couldn't get dual swords like off rip. You couldn't get none of the other stuff off rip. You had to like kind of gradually learn how to get into that or whatever. Mm-hmm. I was the great sword user for the longest time or whatever. And the only reason I got into great sword is because I watched, okay, so Monster Hunter had a thing where they showed like the E3 demonstration on the actual disc. Cause they were like, it was weird or whatever. So they showed the E3 demonstration on the disc. And I was like, yo, that's a big ass sword. Like, what the fuck? And I saw him knock the fucking guy, the Rathalos out the sky with it, because the Rathalos used to do this move. He doesn't really do anymore. Where he'll fly outside the map range, he'll circle the map, and then he'll swoop in like that. I got so good at the game to where I knew he was about to swoop in at, and I knew how to knock him out the sky. I wish we had game recording back then because I did like so many times. It was so fucking awesome. But I did it, and it was just one of those things where I had to learn the game. The hardest monster for me for the longest was the Yigan Kutku. That's the first Riven monster you fight in the game in Monster Hunter 1, and I struggled with this game. I contemplated taking this shit back to GameStop, bro. I was like, I don't get it. Remind you guys, this is 2004, so Reddit wasn't really I don't even think Reddit existed at the time. You couldn't go to Reddit. I mean, the internet was there, but it wasn't like accessible like it is now. So I had nothing to go to. So
yeah,
I was
Reddit
like,
didn't exist, by the way, dude. It was 2005. Yeah. That's crazy. Oh my god.
Yeah. So
GameFAQs, bro. GameFAQs.
But GameFAQs. I swear to God, bro.
Actually, it was a bad site. It was a bad site for this.
It was a
bad
site. It was. Yeah, it only had like 2 pages on.
Like
GameFAQs,
if you wanted
bro.
a walkthrough, it's a great site for walkthroughs. If you wanted strategies and tips on how to play the game, terrible site for that. It was not good for that.
So, in this particular game, only had like 2 message boards or 2 fucking pages of message boards and stuff like that. Like nobody was playing this fucking game. So I had to just learn this shit, bro. And I learned like, oh, my sword is deflecting. I have to sharpen it. Okay, green sharpness is good. Blue sharpness is even better. Or, oh, okay, the monster is fire, so I probably shouldn't attack it with a fire attack. Let me try doing water or something like that. Or whatever the fucking case may be. I just learned this shit on the own. Once I beat the Yang, I used traps. I used like...
Yeah, Kutku, dude. I love the idea that that's the blocker monster. But we all have one, you know? And it's a really dumb monster to get blocked on, you know?
It is. It's I used everything. I used all this.
Yeah, bro, you struggled through it,
traps, right? I used flash bombs. I used barrel bombs. I was crafting large barrel bombs on the fly, like with the materials and everything. I was playing Monster Hunter like you were supposed to play it, and then I was just like, bro, I get it now. Once I beat it, I was like, I get it now. I just fucking get it. And yeah, after that, like the rest was history, and I was just addicted to the game. Then my brother got into it, and he literally did the opposite of me. He didn't use no barrel bombs, bro. He didn't use none of the like traps or nothing. He got a great sword, and that I swear to God, Justin, he just hit it for like 45 minutes. The time was about to run out. His sword was deflecting off. It was like ping, ping, and then he hit it one time. He was like ping, he hit the head and it bounced off, and the monster died. I was like, okay, I guess that fucking works. Yeah. And, I was just like, I was amazed by that. And he was hooked on it too. And it was just a beautiful moment. So that's why I was just like, it's the Mega Man X moment. We're like, you just fucking get it, bro. Like, and that's why I get so upset. Like, and I wasn't trying to like pick on DJ or anything. And that's why I really didn't say too much in the chat. We was talking about like, oh, the game needs to teach you. I didn't know what to do. And I'm like, DJ is a video gamer. So for him to be like, I'm like, no, you just have to fucking try. Like, that's why I was getting upset with him because I'm like, he's like me. Like, just fucking try the game. Don't get frustrated. But he also gets way more frustrated than I do. So, but but it's not just him, it's other people with that same sentiment. We're like, I didn't understand the game and I just put it down. And it's like, just try it. Like, even in try, like I fucking hate try to the core of my bones. I fucking hate try. I think try is the worst Monster Hunter in existence. I understand that's a lot of people's.
No, it's so true. It's not even close either. Like the next worst one is not even. It's not even in the same category, dude. Like
yeah. So I hate try, but for the people that did try, understand who tried try, and they understood it, I commend you because that's another game that's just like, you just have to learn how to get it. When you're fighting underwater, sorry brother, either you learn how to use a lance or you gotta deal with the weapon you got.
You use a bow and just dodge when you can, buddy. Like
exactly.
Hope you have enough potions.
So and I think even in Wilds, I think that's just the core of Monster Hunter, bro. Even in the story, they were just throwing monsters at you without you being prepared for it. And I actually loved it. I was just like, you know what? I mean, I complained about it one time, but I was just like, in the grand scheme of things, I like this. Like, you're just throwing monsters at me, and you're like, if you fail, you fail, and then you can try that monster again. But I just like how it was just throwing that shit at you with like no regard for like your preparation or anything like that. Whereas in World, they kind of prepped you for it and everything like that. But I think this game really wanted to take a more video game approach to things, or a more like old school approach to the shit. And I actually appreciate that for this game. And now this is on the flip side of this. I am tired of people complaining about this game being easy. I think the last hard Monster Hunter was Try. Honestly, that was the last one that was hard. I think 4 was easy. Relative to the other ones, it gives you a lot of hand holding, but it's not as easy. I think Generations teaches you a lot of shit. I think Worlds obviously is hand holdy, and then this one, and Rise is hand holdy as well. That's not a bad thing, like I said, but I just need people to stop complaining that the game's easy. You're just good at the game. Like,
that's the problem. Is people are so like they lack self-awareness so much that I'm sorry, I'm gonna glaze these people for a minute, but yeah, you're right. Yeah. Like you have been playing Monster Hunter for a long time, and you're just good at it, bro. It's okay. Like the game is tuned the same way it's always been tuned. Low rank has always been fucking brain dead, fucking easy. Like literally, bro. I'm in Wilds, and I'm gonna knock on wood here. I've been playing the game for like 30 hours. I have yet to faint. I have not been carded a single fucking time. The game is easy, yes, but I played 6 Monster Hunter games. So yeah, it's easy, bro. I'm playing dual blades. It's always been my main. I'm just kicking the shit out of these things. Like, it's just piss easy. Like, if you are paying attention and you're locked in, like, it's not hard. But that's the thing. It's always been like this. High rank, the end of high rank is mildly challenging, mildly. It's not until we get G rank where the real game comes, It's always been that way, which is exactly why Montrell and I were talking about not buying this game at launch until G rank comes out, because we already know this. We're just crack addicts and we can't get enough of Monster Hunter, bro. But it's like, if we were more level headed, like, yeah, of course, like, dude, the game's easy as hell. Like, it is what it is, but dude, it's because we're experienced. New players, they're definitely not. They probably don't think the game is easy. They're struggling.
Yeah, man.
It's just a curve of like experience to how hard the game becomes for you. It's like the more experience you get, the easier the game is. It's just that's the way Monster Hunter is.
Yeah, and
so people need to stop complaining about this, because it's like you're barking up the wrong fucking tree. You're gonna get your difficulty when G rank comes out. Okay.
Yeah. And I also like attribute this to like. And I hate the comparisons, but I am going to make this comparison. I think it's like a contribute to Souls games. People complain like, Elden Ring is easy now. And it's like, I don't think Elden Ring is easy, bro. You're just good at Souls games, bro. We had 10 or 15 years of Souls games, and you're good at them now. give yourself a pat on the back, bro. You're just that guy. I'm sorry. Like, I'm sorry you're that guy now. You know, like, and that's just how I feel. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, they even have to tune the game in such a way that is so oppressively difficult that like you would need to get two shot by getting hit by anything for the game to be hard, like straight up.
And they do have those monsters that do that.
Yeah, and it's very late in the game, you know? And it's like and that's just the way it is, dude. It's okay. It's fine. Like, so part of me wonders if these people are self-aware at how good they are, and they're just trying to flex. Like, oh, the game's so easy, bro. Oh, you know.
Yeah,
like
that could be it too.
You know, so just ignore them. Whatever, dude. They're idiots. Yeah. You know, it is what it is. So, okay, Montrell, we've been going on a rant about shit. Not really the game though. Talking about the game. Let's actually talk about Monster Hunter Wilds specifically. Like, where are you at with it? You love it? You hate it?
By far, in my opinion, the best low to high rank shit I've ever experienced in a Monster Hunter. But next to generations.
Okay.
But generations I think had G rank in some aspects. But yeah, like I actually love. This is coming from somebody who played the game for almost, it has been 20 years. Holy fucking shit. 21 years. Game came out in 2004. Holy fuck, I'm old.
You're old, buddy.
God. Oh my God. So this has been somebody who's been playing the game for 20 years. I understand that the game has less monsters on release, and me and Justin did complain about that with Rise. But the difference between Rise and this game is there are 20 unique monsters. I think no, you do fight old monsters. Actually, I don't think you fight old monsters until later on in the campaign.
You fight a Congo La La La. That's an old monster.
There you go. That's an old monster.
So a lot of the old monsters are held to high rank though. Yin Kutku, Rathian, Rathalos, Gormagala. Yeah. You don't see any of those in the low rank campaign.
Yeah. So
you see the Guardian Rathalos.
Okay. Yeah. That's true.
It's actually a little different though. That the Guardian Rathalos was actually one of the hardest fights in the game in low rank for me. It was fighting like it was a G rank, bro. I got close. That's probably the closest I've been. Like that thing was fighting like it was a fucking G rank frenzied Rathalos. So you know,
yeah. But 20 unique monsters, like new to Wilds, new to the Monster Hunter universe, and each design, first of all, bro, I gotta give it to the Monster Hunter team, bro. They cooked on each design. There is not a monster I'm just like, ugh, I just don't like it. This is the first game with like the unique monsters. I'm just like, man, y'all cooked. Like even the octopus monsters, I'm like, y'all cooked. Cooked. Like every monster is like cooking, and I'm just like, damn, man. This like when you first see the monsters, like, whoa, this monster looks fucking cool as fuck. And I don't know, man. Like, I think that's very unique to this game. That's why this game feels fresh to me. That's why I don't feel the 29 monsters that's only been released so far. I don't feel that because these monsters I have to learn these monsters now. These are like 20 brand new monsters. I have to learn their patterns and everything of that nature. So,
there's one monster, Montrell, that I think we can both agree is terrible, and it's one of the new designs, and it's the Hirobami.
Oh yeah, that one's a bitch.
Or as Jeff called him, the Harambe. I hate that fucking monster, bro.
That monster is terrible.
It's the worst one of the game, but it's unique in that there's really not the monster designs. I totally agree with Montrell. The monster designs in this game, the new ones, are fucking amazing. Like it is so good. Like there's so much variety in the types of monsters too. It's not all wyverns in this game. That was our biggest complaint with Base World was wyvern. It was just Wyvern City, bro. Wyverns and reptiles. That's all it was. Like there was nothing else. This game's got fucking spiders. This game's got leviathans. It's got fucking wyverns. It's got beasts. You know, it's got everything.
Yep. I wholeheartedly agree with that. I don't know. It's like they listen to our podcast, bro. Because like this game is like the combination of all the shit we complain about with the world. Yeah. And you know what? I'm gonna come some slack for World. Once again, this was trying to appeal. It was being released to the West, and Western audiences love dragons. So what else do you do besides give them dragons to fight?
Yeah.
Which me and you, like I said, we understand. I mean, we were like, this is bullshit. I didn't think about it a little bit more though, and I'm like, Western audiences love dragons, they love dinosaurs and shit. I mean, just look how much Jurassic Park sells.
Yeah, I mean, dude, Anjanath was like the signature monster for World. I feel like.
I feel like that too. That and what was the not the Jaggy, but the other little monster, the little lizard monster with the looked like it had dreads on.
I don't remember. Yeah, I don't remember what it's called. There's too many monsters now, dude. I can't remember them all anymore. It's like Pokemon. It's becoming like Pokemon, dude.
Oh, okay. Side note, you know what monster I do want to return? The monster that was in Monster Hunter 4, like the Kawachi or whatever the fuck it was called.
Ketchawacha, yeah,
Ketchawacha.
No, and the other one is the Celtis, the bug, the flying bug with the hard shell. Yeah, that's a really cool like beginner monster too.
Oh yeah, because that one had the knight. It was like the knight and the queen version of it, right?
Well, yeah, there was a queen. Together. There was a queen that would literally birth the smaller ones in the middle of her fight, and you'd have to fucking fight them with her. It was fucking,
that was dope.
That shit was dope, dude.
Yeah, like you said, I love the monster variety, and I honestly, I can't wait for the title updates. I'm probably still going to be playing this game when the title updates come out. I also can't, like, I know it's going to be, I'm saying 1 year, so I think by the end of 2026 we'll probably get the G rank version of the game. And
that's like a year and 9 months, bro. I can't wait that long.
Yeah, Jesus. That's what I think.
You're probably right. It'll be fall 26 probably, but
yeah.
No,
I can't wait to see what kind of monsters are going to cook up and what kind of monsters are going to bring back.
What do we get? I mean, I need Zynogar, bro. I gotta get Rajang. I'm a Rajang fanboy. I'm sorry, but I need him. You know, we got our monkeys. We got our monkeys in this game. We need him. He's the king. You know.
Yeah, I gotta get Nargacuga. I love that's my favorite.
Nargacuga. I need like Seregios, dude. Like,
Seregios is such a.
Let's leave Tigrex on the shelf. Okay, guys.
I actually want to fight him, dude. I'm sorry.
Nah, bro. I'm good. I'm good. That monster we can leave on the shelf. No, bring me from Rise, Sunbreak. Give me the vampire dragon and the Wolverine, the icy Wolverine thing, whatever the fuck it was called. I need those two. Those two from Sunbreak.
Was it called? No, Verkada is my camera system.
I mean, it sounds like a Monster Hunter name, so.
But it started with a V. I know what the ice monster started with a V. But yeah, no, I think, and I know DJ, if you're listening, bro, buy Wilds. If you want me to buy it for you, I will buy it for you, and I will play low rank with you, and I will help you get through the game, bro. I think the game is really good, man. Even the story, I only have one gripe with it, which is Nada. Now, I will say, if you're not familiar with Monster Hunter lore, which 99% of people aren't, 95% of people are not, even the people that play this game are not familiar with Monster Hunter lore. This story is ass. It will be ass to you, straight up. And I'm trying to look at it from a perspective outside of me, right? So I think the story is pretty bad as far as that. But if you like Monster Hunter lore, this story cooking, this is probably the best story you'll get.
It's the best one they've ever done. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
It was Luna. It was Luna Garan, by the way. Was the Wolverine?
Okay.
And then Malzeno was the dragon.
Why did I think it started with a fucking V? Okay,
I don't know. But and then there's Magnamalo, which was the signature monster for the base game. Fuck that monster. Do not bring that game. Do not bring that monster to this game. That's a waste of a slot. That thing is so easy. That thing is so fucking easy. It is a waste of a large monster slot, like a high end monster slot. Sorry,
I'm actually on the opposite end of the spectrum. I don't think it's.
I don't like Magnamalo. I think I hunted that thing so much, dude. I hunted that thing to such an obscene degree in Rise. Like, it's so easy, bro.
Okay, maybe that's why. I think he has too many tools in this kit. Like, he has a lot of tools in this kit, especially.
Well, he had that one shot cannonball move he would do. You know, where he'd like jump in the air and then he'd like fucking like speed down at an angle and fucking blow up the ground or whatever.
Yeah. I want
there's so many good monsters. Yeah, I don't think they're gonna do it though. They just did him for Rise, man, which sucks. Like I want Valstrax too for sure, but
they gotta bring him, man. He can literally fly anywhere in the world, bro. Yeah. He's a fucking rocket ship, bro.
It's true. No, it's so cool. Yeah. No, it's man, I don't know. There's so many good. No, this is the issue we're running into now, dude. There's so many cool monsters in the history of the series that like I feel like it's gonna be really hard for them to like fit a lot of these into most games now going forward. Like we're gonna have very notable missing monsters in every entry, you know.
You know what? I actually like that because in the next game that comes out, that makes me miss that monster more when I fight it. If that makes any sense.
We'll get hyped, right? Because like, dude, I'm thinking about the Elder Dragons, right? Like I want to see Kushala. I want to see fucking like I want to see Kushala. I want to see Fatalis. I want to see the ice one from World. Actually, the ice dragon from World is really cool.
I actually like that design, that dead monster, even though that.
Valhazak, absolutely, dude. Like, I'd love to see that one come back. Like, I don't know, Kushala. I have a special place in my heart for Kushala. Like, it's not a hard fight if you have the windproof ability on, but it's just so cool. The music for that fight is so good. Like, I love fighting that monster. It's a great monster. So I just have a bias for that one. Like, I just want to see it, but. But then Rajang, you got the fucking Malzeno that I'm talking about. I mean, I don't know. There's so many Elder Dragons they could add. It's like they're not gonna add all of them, but it's like I want them all, you know?
Yeah. And so also I want to give a big shout out to like the wound mechanic in this game. I think they learned a lot of lessons from Rise and World where you don't have to use the wound mechanic to beat the monster. But it is there when you remember that it's there. And it's just such a good addition to the game. I don't feel like the focus mode. I thought when I first played the beta, I was like, I don't know about this focus mode shit. This shit about to be ass. But I appreciate focus mode a lot more. It definitely replaced the fucking clutch claw system, which I actually like the clutch claw, but I didn't like the wound mechanic in the clutch claw. I thought that was really stupid.
So I only use focus mode when I'm trying to break a wound. That is it. I never use it otherwise. Like,
really?
So I don't know. Maybe I'm just a noob, but like I don't find the need for it. Like I'm beating this shit, dude. I killed a high rank Doshagama in like 6 minutes yesterday. I did like a tempered Lala Barena in 6 minutes yesterday. Like I'm killing these things so fast, dude. It's like I don't know what's going on. Like I feel like I'm doing more damage than I'm used to in a Monster Hunter game. So maybe that's part of why people feel like it's easy. Because maybe the player's a little overtuned right now or something like that. But so I don't know. It's but I haven't gotten to like the high end stuff in high rank yet. So
I think they're gonna nerf the wound mechanic in G rank. I can definitely tell they're gonna nerf that. It is very powerful.
It does so much damage, dude. It does
a lot of damage.
It doubles your damage when you're hitting that spot. It's fucking insane. And when you break the wound specifically, like I'm just talking from a dual blade perspective. So anybody who plays dual blades understands that like it's a lot of very small hits. Like you're literally doing less than 10 damage with every swipe for the most part, at least early on. And dude, like when you break a wound, you're doing like 100 to 150 damage in one shot. That's like a full fucking combo for dual blades, you know?
Yeah.
And then you like latch onto the monster and you do the spinny Beyblade attack over the whole thing. You know, and it does another fucking 100 damage. Like you're just like wrecking these things, man. Like I don't know.
So I do. So I think they learned a lot of shit right from World and everything. So other moves are like some moves have the little fucking wire thing from Rise, and then some weapons have the clutch claw, which is the dual blades has the clutch claw in it. I like how they just incorporate into the move instead of giving it its entire mechanic. Which I think is like really fucking cool. So I don't know, man. Like sometimes I do miss the arcadiness of Rise, but for some reason, like I thought I was gonna miss that because Rise had really great combat, like phenomenal combat, and I thought I was gonna miss that coming back to Wilds, but I actually don't. I just like I don't know. I like how old school but new school. It feels it's doing a really good job at like balancing everything out. Now I can't say that for all weapons. If you're like a lance user or whatever, some weapons are more. I think, in my opinion, I think hammer is very um hammer is the dual blades of worlds, in my opinion. It didn't get too much of an upgrade. It didn't feel like too much of an upgrade. It's still just bonk on the head. To whereas like worlds had some really good clutch claw mechanics for the hammer, and Rise had some really good mechanics for the hammer as well. And I feel like all that's kind of thrown out the window, and it's just like bonk, and that's it. Like, it really doesn't have any kind of depth to it anymore, or it really went base level on hammer, in my opinion. So that's why I'm using like the sword and shield, because that's like a really unique jack of all trades, master of everything weapon. And
Mm-hmm.
I love sword and sword, bro. It's just a really fun weapon to use. And I might start using like a charge blade or something like that. I had a disdain towards a charge blade because it was so fucking broken in forward, and like in some of the generation games it was like really broken. But I think they finally balanced it out, and I might pick it back up. And I know that's Andy's weapon, so
Mm-hmm.
I can't wait till he gets back and he starts fucking popping off with charge blades. He used to do some insane plays, and was it Rise he was playing with this? He used to do some insane plays in that game. So no,
Well,
it was generations.
it was generations.
He used to solo busters. I mean, you get carded on. He's like, oh, I just beat it. I'm like,
yeah. Well, I'll talk about dual blades a bit, because this is mostly what I've been playing. They did a lot for this weapon, actually. And I'm very happy with where it is. It is complex enough where there's some nuance to it that there wasn't in World, and I think there's a little bit more thought in how you play it. Positioning is easier with it too, and I think they did that with all weapons. I'm not really 100% sure on that, but what they did was, so you still have your basic combos outside of Arch Demon mode, which are shit. Like, if you're playing dual blades, you should never swing your weapon when you don't have a demon meter. Like, those attacks are awful, like straight up horrible. So basically, like, Arch Demon mode is different. They made some changes to it. So when you go into it, if you don't have the meter filled, like the demon meter, if you don't have it filled and you try to do your triangle circle combined attack, where you do that like giant combo or whatever, you can only do the first piece of it if the meter is not full. So when you fill the meter up, they added 2 more additions to the combo now. So you do the basic combo, and then you can continue it where you just start doing these like flip attacks, and you start flipping in the fucking air and like doing these vertical attacks and shit. And you can continue that if the demon meter is full, so those are new. Those are both new. Then they added, when you're out of Arch Demon mode and you have the demon meter full, that is kind of like, is it? Actually, demon mode is the one that you activate. Arch Demon mode is when you fill the meter and you're not in the activated state. So Arch Demon mode is when the meter's full. You haven't pressed R2. They changed this a lot as well. So the way that it used to work before was, if you did the combined triangle circle attack, you would just do a very short combo that ended in both of your weapons coming together and you slam them down. You still do that if you're standing still when you press the buttons. But now, if you're pressing a direction on the left stick, any direction, your character will kind of do a slight little dash in that direction and swing the weapons going in that direction, and then it will continue the combo into the original combo that I just talked about. So it allows you to reposition yourself slightly when you're in the middle of a fight with a monster. So say a monster's charging you and you were kind of locked into a combo, you can like go into another combo and actually dash out of the way side to side. Or say the monster, you're like right next to the monster, you're on its front leg or something, and you're hitting it and you want to continue hitting it, you can now dash to the left and get on its hind leg, and it turns around and it like tries to hit where you were. You're not there anymore because you just dash to the left. So you have a lot more mobility in slight ways that wasn't a thing in World and even in Rise. So these are little changes that I really like. They add some nuance to the weapon that I'm really enjoying and kind of getting used to. And there's one other thing they added too. they added this mechanic, and I think they did this for all weapons, but for dual blades, you can't block. You still can't block. You never have been able to. But if you dodge the monster right at the last second when it's about to hit you, you do a perfect dodge now, and your character starts glowing blue, and you get this like kind of spinning flip out of the way, and then you can hit triangle in the direction of whatever direction you want, and then you will then do a spinning flip forward in that direction, so you can literally dodge the monster and then go back into the monster and start immediately attacking it. So it kind of gives you these quicker windows to actually get combos in, so you're able to kind of continuously hit the monster if you're playing it right, where you literally don't let up. Like, you don't stop attacking for like a second. Like, it can be that fast and that relentless. So I really like these changes they made to dual blades. I'm digging it a lot. I think it's really fun. The wound breaking is, you still have those things from World where if you dash off a ledge, you'll do the spinning attack, and if you hit the monster with it, you'll kind of connect with the monster and like do this Beyblade attack over the entire length of its body. You can still do that stuff. Same if you're like going down and sliding down a hill or whatever, that stuff is still there. So they really kind of just built on World. They didn't take anything away, and I think the weapon's in a much better place than it was in World, and is way more engaging. I'm having a fucking ton of fun with it, dude. And I'm at the point where I feel like I'm cooking the shit out of these monsters sometimes, dude. Like, where I get in these zones where I'm like dodging everything. I'm jumping back in. I'm fucking doing full combos on them while they're not on the ground, by the way. I'm doing this while they're like trying to attack me and shit. And I'm like not getting hit at all. And it's like, dude, it feels so fucking good, man. You know, I feel so mobile. Like, it's crazy, like how mobile I feel. But I will say the one thing I did notice that they kind of nerfed, it feels like, is your movement speed when you activate demon mode. You are not as fast as you have been in prior games. Which I think that's a compensatory thing for all the dodge mechanics that I'm talking about here and the positional mechanics. I think they kind of did that on purpose to kind of bring the weapon down a little bit in that regard, so you're not like super mobile, like to the point where you like monster can never hit you, you know. So there is a little bit of a change there, but overall, I feel like dual blades is awesome. It's in a great spot.
Yeah, I do like dual blades, like especially the archdemon mode. So I've been using dual blades a lot too on certain monsters. And I always dip in and out of dual blades. I'm not like a super main, but it's a very fun weapon to use. I think I'm going to try to pick up longsword as well. It looks very fun. But according to Jet, like he said, like it's missing a couple moves. So I don't know. I never really got too in depth with longsword.
Well, is he saying that coming from Rise though?
I think he's coming from Rise mentality.
Because that's not I don't think that's a fair comparison, because that's not what they're basing this game off of. It's from World. Like, that's the evolution they're doing. So, because that's the direct lineage of the game. This is a different team worked on Rise. So,
yeah. So, I don't know, but besides that, man, I don't know. I think the game's great. I think the monsters fights are great. I think the open world,
yeah. So it's not really an open world.
Yeah, okay. So I'm not the only one who's like that.
It's not exactly what we wanted.
Yeah,
but it's closer than we've ever been, I'd say.
Yeah. I will say though, there is an advantage to doing open world monsters. Then it definitely incentivizes you to do open world monsters than doing like the quest monsters, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
So I have been doing that a lot more because you get a lot more rewards and stuff like that. So I do like that. And you can travel to each land like by running there.
They are all connected. That is the thing. So I want to talk about the world design a little bit, actually, because this is kind of an important component, because the game isn't open world. It's not technically open world. The game is broken into 5 zones, and those zones are separated by a loading screen. So it's still not fully connected in the way that we necessarily want. However, the way the zones are designed is that they connect into each other in the zone. So what Montrell was saying is true. You can literally walk from the base camp in the first zone all the way to the end, the last zone, and walk. Like, you don't have to like teleport or anything like that.
So they do hide the loading. If you do that, if you're fast traveling, yes, you're going to get a loading screen. If you walk, if you understand game design, they're hiding the loading in between the corridors of each area. So like for instance, if you're going from the desert area all the way to the jungle area, there's a corridor that you have to kind of go through. That's like maybe a second or two long, and
Oh,
then you're
really?
in the
So there isn't actually a loading screen if you do it that way.
yeah. There isn't a loading screen if you do it that way.
Oh, okay. So that's cool.
Yeah,
So yeah, but like you said, they're hiding the loading through
yeah,
like an animation you have to go through in a space, to get through the next area, basically.
yeah. I mean, and it's not like really an animation. It's like your character's just running
Just
through
kind of
that corridor.
walking.
Yeah,
It's
so
long enough where the game can load, basically.
yeah, I mean, and that's the beauty of SSDs where you don't have to like it can be that quick to where the player can just run through that corridor and then that part's already loaded. And I think this is why they waited for SSD technology to come to the consoles, because this game really takes advantage of the SSD a lot. I can see it, and I can see it in other games too, but this game is very apparent to where the quick loading comes to play, because obviously you can't have each world or each zone uh you know maintaining all these monsters and codes and stuff and all their behaviors and everything like that. So you have to load it in the background and stuff like that. So I think the technology behind this game is really interesting as well. I would be I am waiting for like some kind of deep dive on the game, for the behind the scenes game of how this shit is actually made, because I'm pretty sure that's what they're doing. They're just hiding the loading screens behind like certain corridors or certain areas you go to, unless you do a fast travel, and then that's the loading screen when you fast travel,
Yeah.
or whatever.
But we're
But
close, dude. I feel like I think like the next game we might get a real actual open world.
you think so? Like a
I
GTA
hope so.
style open world?
Yeah, man. I hope so. I really hope so, because I will say, despite the fact that it's not a true open world, the environment design in this game is the best Monster Hunter has ever done. Period.
Yes, yes,
It's
100%.
incredible. These areas, especially the last two specifically, are fucking phenomenal. Like they are so fucking cool. Especially if you're into Monster Hunter lore and you understand where you are, you understand what the game's talking about in the narrative. Um, like they are such cool fucking zones and they look awesome. And there's this specific set piece boss fight that Montrell unfortunately missed that is fucking badass as shit. It's called a Jindahad. When you guys get there, you'll know what I'm talking about. You're in like a snow area fighting this thing. It is such a cool. It is like the peak of the game to me. It's like the best moment in the game, and it's like I was like fucking blown away. I'm in the middle of this, and I'm like, holy shit, this is fucking badass. I literally said it out loud on Discord with you guys. I'm like, this is fucking crazy, bro. Like what is going on here? Like, this is Monster Hunter. I'm like, holy shit, because it was like railroaded a little bit, but it wasn't that much where it was like taken away from the experience, And then the fight itself was awesome, where you're fighting this thing and then it runs away from you and you chase it. And then like, dude, there's this moment where it's like it climbs on top of this kind of outcropping coming out of the ground that was like a structure of some sort. And it's kind of like this arch, but it doesn't reach the ground on the other end. So it's just kind of hanging. And the monster like climbs it and he's like fucking shooting these ice beams at you from it. And you're sitting there on the ground and you're like, fuck, trying to dodge and whatever. And then you pull it down. There's like this thing hanging, you pull it and break the whole arch. Then the monster falls on the fucking ground. And it's just it's so fucking cool, man. Like it's such a badass moment. And I'm hoping someday, it might not be the next game, might not be the next like mainline console game either, but at some point in our lives, like we fight monsters and they all feel like that. Like it's just natural that just happens, like naturally playing the game,
Mm-hmm.
where those moments happen. It's not some like set piece that they created. But it's one of the coolest things I've experienced in Monster Hunter in, I don't even know, like probably since initially playing World, honestly. It was that good
Yeah.
to me. So I enjoyed that a lot. And Montreal, did you ever go look it up or watch it on YouTube or something? Like you really should. It's a really cool fight. Like when you experience it organically.
Yeah, I'm gonna be able to fight him again. So I'm gonna fight him again and see how. I just got what happened was I mounted his tail and then I broke his tail, and then my character his tail was in the wall, and when my character jumped off, like I jumped into the wall, if that makes any sense, and my character just fell through the map. So
Yeah. Okay. That sucks. Yeah, but I don't think you can redo this cinematic though that I'm talking about. Like fighting him again.
Cinematic.
Yeah, yeah. It's a set piece specifically in the story. It's like you can't redo it. So you'd have to go watch it online. I think that'd be the only way you could actually experience it.
Yeah, hopefully they'll let you do assignments again, and if they do, I'll definitely do that.
Because yeah, it's a really great moment, and yeah, I mean, so yeah, what are we talking about? Monster design, weapons and stuff, the maps, soundtrack, really good, dude. Like,
yeah,
they definitely did a really good job with this. I think, getting back to the monster design real quick, that monster I was talking about, and then the final boss, they really channeled some Dark Souls energy with those two. Specifically, they definitely like look like Dark Souls enemies for sure, and I thought it was really cool actually to see it like that because they don't usually do that. They don't usually design monsters like that, and I think they did a really good job with those. The final boss is like super fucking cool. The way it like kind of transforms and like changes form over the course of the fight and stuff. Thought that was really cool too. So,
I agree. Those two dragons, I don't know, they reminded me of like Fatalist cousins. And because Fatalist has like that Dark Souls dragon, like that traditional dragon look.
I don't agree with you actually. I think Fatalist is more like high fantasy dragon actually.
Really? I think he's more dark.
Yeah, he is a dragon's dragon. Like he looks like a fucking dragon, I know he's like thin in certain spots, so it's not like, it doesn't look like Smaug or something, necessarily, but he just reminds me of like I don't know, I just think of like a fantasy dragon though when I think of him. But maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
No, right. I mean, looking at him now, I'm looking at pictures of him. I can, in my opinion, I can see both angles, but I can definitely see like a Smaug type dragon with him and everything. Yeah, he does look super fantasy.
Yeah.
Stuff. So yeah,
cool fucking fight too. I hope we get him.
Yeah, he's a cool looking ass dragon too. His armor is always cool as well. Yeah, I don't know, man. I think, and yeah, I'm glazing the game. I don't know, man, because the game's good, bro. I'm glazing it. It's a good ass game, and I can't put it down. My wife hates when I play this game because she's like, all you're doing is beat up monsters. She's like, this really is your favorite game. I'm like, what do you mean? She's like, as soon as this game comes out, you're playing nothing else but this game.
Bro, it's a man's game. Definitely is a man's game. It's definitely catered towards us. Bunga
like,
bunga, baby.
Yeah. She's like, all you do is fight the monster. I'm like, yeah, that's it. She's like, yeah, I don't get it.
Yeah, but it's like a dance. It's a dance. I think that's the thing that people don't understand. Yes, it's just fighting monsters. You're just swinging a weapon, hitting them, and dodging. Like if you want to break it down to that, be that reductive to it. But like when you play Monster Hunter and you really understand it, you start to get into it, dude. It's not about that. It's about the learning the dance of playing the game. And it's like that dance is addictive. Like that, it's the gameplay, that second to second movement of your character and everything, and attacking and all that. Like that is the addictive part of the game. It's not the reward loop or the progression for me. It's literally that the game is just so fun to fucking play. So I don't know.
I agree. So this is not a one-on-one comparison, but you can hunt the same monster and it's almost like a different fight each time because the monster's like mentality may change or whatever. They don't do the same exact shit. They may fight in a different area or whatever the case may be. The other monsters may roll up. And it reminds me of why it's addictive. Because like League is like that. Where League, you're in the same fucking arena. Even you may have the same 5 characters or 9 characters or 10 characters on the map. And every game feels fucking different. And people just, I think people just don't understand that. And I think, like you said, is that dance. Every dance is different. With the same monster or with different monsters. Each one has its own rhythm and own tune. And then even that particular monster that you're hunting, because like you're like some hunts, you're like, man, this monster was like really rough, really tougher than the last time I fought it, or whatever the case may be. And it's like, oh, this was really easier than the last time I fought it. And it's just like It's just that dance, and I think that's why it's so addictive because and then on top of that, you're fighting in different environments, so that also has a factor into it as well.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know. It gives me that same itch that League does, but without all the frustration of like having teammates and stuff like that, because you can just do this hunt on your own or whatever the case may be.
Yeah. All right, let's talk about the story a little bit. So there's gonna be some spoilers here. I don't know if anybody really cares besides me and Montrell. Like, we are like the only people in the world who care about Monster Hunter's story, but we do for some reason. Yeah, you said it early, and I agree with you. This is far and away the best story Monster Hunter's ever told. It's really the only story Monster Hunter's attempted to tell. It feels like, at least in my experience. For the most part, most games are literally like, hey, you're a new hunter. You need to go out and hunt this thing. It's threatening our village, and then eventually it becomes, oh, this monster is going to cause a tidal wave and it's going to kill everybody. We need you to go hunt it and stop it. It's like that kind of thing. This game actually tries to tell a story. There's characters, there's set pieces, there's actual narrative beats, there's character growth and progression. There are reveals that happen later in the game. And it's kind of crazy, dude. I don't think, like, if I'm looking at this from like an objective point of view where it's like, how good of a story is this, relative to other things, it's not really that great, right? It's fine. Like, it's like if you compare it to like The Last of Us or something, it's nothing. It's not even close, it doesn't have that level of, but it's like for their first attempt at doing something like this as a series, I'm actually pretty impressed. I think they did a really good job given that it is their first attempt. Like, I think there are a lot of people complaining that it like railroads you and doesn't let you control your character at certain points. That stuff is all true. Those are things they need to clean up, I think, in the next game for sure. Or even in the expansion that they do for this game. If they're going to continue to do this stuff or make the game this way. But outside of that, though, I think overall, like, I liked the characters. I liked the story moments. The reveals were fucking epic as shit. Me and you were losing our minds. Like, they confirmed shit that we have been speculating about forever, basically, as far as I understand it, like since the first fucking game, essentially.
So the in the first game they did have ancient ruins everywhere and everything of that nature. I think, me personally, like, they were just there for set pieces. And then as the game started to, grow and grow and grow and everything like that, then they started to become integral parts of like environmental storytelling. And yeah, like, for me, the peak of the environmental storytelling reached its peak, and I think it was for you, where you were like on that. It was that ancient tower map, or that ancient map that you kind of go on. It's kind of blending in with the forest and stuff like that. And you go at the top, and you can fight a monster way at the top of that map. And I was just like, dude, like, there's some story lore here, because even if you stand on top of that map, you saw other ruins in the clouds and shit like that, poking out the clouds. And I'm just like, bro, this world, it had to be an ancient civilization that just fucking crashed or something like that. And like, these monsters are a byproduct of that or whatever. I mean, this game pretty much like confirmed all that shit. Like, there was a super advanced, or spoiler alert, but there was a super advanced like civilization, to where the point they, learn how to do stuff with certain monsters or stuff of that nature. And I don't know, it was a really cool reveal, and I kind of want to know what they're going to go with the story here. I mean, I kind of want to know what the Great War was they were talking about, because they said something was they had to do this because there was some war coming and stuff like that. So, and also I want to learn more about the guild. Like, this is the first game where the guild is an active part of your life as a hunter. Usually the guild is like second nature. Like, you hear about them. The guild has been there since Monster Hunter 1. But they're always like second nature or whatever. But this was like, your handler was like, no, the guild authorizes you to hunt this monster. Like, now you have authorization to do that or whatever. And I really want to learn, which could be a double-edged sword. Like, I really want to learn the politics of, or just more of Monster Hunter's like world with the hunters and like the normal people. Do hunters have to go through some kind of special training to become a hunter or whatever the case may be? Because every time you play a game, you are the new hunter that just comes to the village. So you already did your quote unquote hunter training and got your hunter's license.
Yeah.
Because you need a license, and then you need a more enhanced license to hunt more enhanced monsters or whatever the case may be. So yeah, I don't know. It's just one of those things where I want to learn a little bit more about uh not just the ancient civilizations, but the current civilization and everything like that, and what's their true mission. Like, are they really trying to just like reconnect the world? Because now we know every game that we've played so far. Also, we confirmed that Gemma and Fabius or whatever are from Monster Hunter 4. So that confirms that Monster Hunter 4. Well, we already knew this from World, because I connected that Monster Hunter Freedom Unite 2, that hunter they show in the CGI opening is the same hunter that they show in World that had the full Rathian gear and the Rathian longsword.
The old guy, yeah.
Yeah, the old guy. So this is like 20 or 40 years in the future from the old Monster Hunter games.
Right. So time is advancing in these games a lot.
Exactly. So and we also confirmed that each hunter you play in the game is a different hunter, or whatever the case may be. So it's not always the same hunter and everything of that nature. And yeah, I just really want to learn, like, and we also know the geographic location of at least the world. All the games that we played so far have been the West. This is the first game that's like in the Forbidden Lands or the East or whatever the case may be. So the worlds are like cut off from the regions are cut off from each other and stuff of that nature. And I don't know, maybe we get to learn what the south side of the world looks like, or the north pole of the world looks like, instead of just the east part or whatever. So I'm just very interested in the world. I mean, I think Monster Hunter has a very, like, it's not like a super deep world, but it is a super like cool world to like learn about and stuff like that. That makes
the lore is really interesting. It's a very interesting. There's a lot of interesting lore. I don't think the stories have ever been like super interesting, obviously. Even this one to some degrees, like it was before you get to the fourth area, the game is so boring and like it's just, the story's not interesting at all. It's kind of taking the same path the previous Monster Hunter games did, and then they start dropping lore bombshells on us.
Yeah, and I mean, I knew we were gonna get some kind of lore when he not revealed like he's a keeper, and I'm like, people usually use names like that when they're like, oh, we're the keepers of the old and we know everything of the old, and that pretty much was it. I will say I don't like Nata, and that's all I'm going to say about that character. I don't want to hate on him too much. I think everybody has already hated on him. But that character, I just don't like that character. That character has no agency, or whatever.
No, he's like, his decision making isn't logical,
Yeah, there you go.
And I'm not saying it has to be. Like, obviously, people aren't logical sometimes, but the level of irrationality to some of his actions is just too much to be believable and like authentic. It just feels really forced. And his whole switcheroo with the signature monster is one of the dumbest things I've ever seen. Like, it just that's all I'll say too. I don't want to get like, I don't want this to be a bashing session on the character. It's not a good character. So
yeah,
if Capcom, if you're going to continue to use him, like, you either need to significantly change him or take him out for the expansion. Like, I don't.
I think they're going to turn him into a hunter. The next game, he's going to be like an ace hunter or something like that.
Yeah,
or maybe a rookie hunter.
Whatever, it's fine. Great.
And you know what, man? I'm going to be honest, bro. I didn't mind the old handler. I love the new handler, by the way. I personally did not mind the old handler, though.
Which one? From World?
Yeah, from World. I didn't
mind her either.
Everyone hates her. Like, hates her fucking guts.
She's kind of obnoxious a little bit sometimes, but
yeah, but I thought she was cool. Like, I don't know. But yeah. I will say my biggest crush in the game is not Gemma. It's the fucking blacksmith lady and Azura or whatever.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
She's
your type for sure.
Yeah.
I know what you like.
When I saw her, I was like, "Oh my god, they're cooking." Capcom was cooking over there.
Yeah, man. No, Capcom's cooking with the ladies in this game. No joke, dude. No. Actually, no. Let's talk about it for a second. So, I think if you guys remember when we talked about Sunbreak, me and Montrell hated the female models so much that we both gender changed. And the female armor sets were awful in Rise. They looked so bad. So we play females. We play females in every Monster Hunter pretty much. Both of us do generally. And like this game, the female models are way better, and that includes the NPCs. So they cooked, man. They cooked. That's all I can say.
Yeah, for sure. They definitely cooked. So yeah, I mean, I did play as a male model in this game because I was just afraid that the female models were going to be ass. So
well, what they did though, you can wear male or female armor regardless of gender.
Yeah, so
that is
I am
awesome
going to switch
change.
my character. I'm going to buy a voucher and switch my character to a female, and just do that. But yeah, like I don't know, man. I think the games. I don't know what else to really say. For me, the 9 out of 10 that this game got, I don't think it's an 8 by far. I'm sorry. I kind of agree with everybody else for IGN. This game's not an 8, brother. Like this game's a 9 or 9.5 out of 10 for me. Though, that's me personally.
That guy got really caught on the fact that the game was easy.
Yes,
it's like, bro, like you're really docking the game because it's easy. Like, I mean, I guess I get it, but this isn't like Monster Hunter has never advertised itself as a difficult game. That's not. I don't even necessarily think that's what they're going for,
No,
per se. That's not the main selling point they're trying to sell the game on. Like, it's always been about the monster hunting specifically,
Yep.
Like, that's the key part of the game. Actually, that is one negative I'm going to say is the tracking of monsters is non-existent in this game.
Yeah, okay. That is one part. I forgot. I had that actually written down.
Yeah. I just hate when they run away that the game just tells you where they go,
Yeah.
And you get on your sacred and you press up on the D-pad and you just auto run to them. I don't like that, man. I really don't.
Yeah, I don't like it either. I like the scout flies for like materials, but I don't think the scout flies should be available for the monsters. Maybe there's a way to turn that off, and if there is, I am definitely going to turn it off because I don't see the point of using the paintball,
which is in the game.
Paintball.
Like the paint pod or whatever. It's like, why is that even in the game? Like, I don't understand. So I don't know. It's like, I want some amount of like thought process going into tracking the monster and keeping track of it.
Yeah.
I don't need it to be like I'm literally like looking for tracks in the mud, or whatever. Like I don't need to be that crazy, but I need something, more.
I would like that, to be honest with you. I think I would like that back. I like that shit in World, even though it was kind of like trash in World. I did like that.
It wasn't a good system. Some variation of that system would be cool though.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, because dude, wouldn't it be cool if when you were looking at the world map, the game didn't tell you what was out there? Like you couldn't see any of the large monsters on the map. You just had to go out there and find them,
Yeah.
And maybe what they could do is use the pop-up camps as some kind of like system where if you have a pop-up camp in the vicinity, you have like little scouts that work for you and tell you there's a monster nearby.
You have vision nearby.
Yeah.
Man, we should have been on the team, bro. That's cooking.
I know, bro.
You're cooking
I'm
there.
I'm cooking, right? Yeah.
Cooking.
I just think the way they do it now is too streamlined. It's too much.
Maybe they. I don't think enough people are complaining about that. So maybe you make a Reddit thread about it, and then some people kind of latch onto it. But
we'll get flamed, bro.
Yeah,
they'll be like nobody wants to do that, bro. We just want to fight the monster.
Because I do think as of right now, I don't see a point in pop-up camps, especially since the monster can destroy them.
Me either. They get destroyed the second I put them up. They're a waste of fucking time. Like they are literally a waste of fucking time. Like they are purposeless. Like, and there's nothing you can do to defend them either. Like they just get destroyed when you're running around. It's like, what the fuck? I was like literally running to a monster, and the game is like, Gypsaros found your pop-up camp. Your pop-up camp has been destroyed. I'm like, okay, like I just put it up like 2 minutes ago. What the fuck? It's like, so I don't know. I don't think that system was thought out super deeply, it feels like. So
yeah. Yeah, I agree. I think your idea though, how to use those pop-up camps, use them as like mini radars or something like that.
Yeah,
that would be really cool. Because then also like, I don't know, just it'll be a cool way to like incorporate the palicos into the system and everything like that. And
well, like yeah,
lore
maybe you
and
could set up like defenses and stuff, or something like
yeah,
that.
yeah,
Or some kind of system that like yeah, like defenses that might like trap the monster, and then you get an alert like, hey, one of your pop-up camps is getting attacked, we need your help. And if you go defend it, you can defend it and keep it, but if you decide not to, you're like, I don't want to fight that monster, it might get destroyed, or something like
yeah,
that.
yeah. I think that's a really good compromise or something of that nature.
Yeah.
But I think they were just so. I think they were so focused on the open world that everything kind of took a backseat, and you can kind of tell with this game that they were really focused on not just like the designing the open world, but programming the open world and everything. I will say, like you said, like the herds of fucking monsters and stuff that just herd around and stuff like that. The game feels really alive in that aspect.
Yeah, they did a great job with that.
Yeah. So
yeah.
So I don't know. Also I do like the different like the environments. Like they're not. I mean, yeah, you got your standard desert and you got your standard like forest, but like the lava area is not like a lava area. It's like almost like an oil cavern type situation, which I think is really
there's
cool.
like tar pits and shit, dude.
Yeah, I think that's really
cool.
fucking cool.
And the ice area fucking rules, dude. Oh my god, it's literally it's like half mountain and cliff and then half like city. It's like it's super cool, dude. It's an awesome area. And then I think even the last one's cool. I am a little like kind of sick of it though with the verticality of it. Like it is so vertical, it's crazy.
Yeah, I think that's the gimmick behind that one though.
Yeah, and it becomes this thing when you're fighting monsters. You're literally just fighting it on this giant circular ramp, and you're just fighting it on different parts of that circular ramp. So it gets a little samey there, I think.
Yeah.
But that'd be my only complaint though from like area design. The forest is awesome. I think the forest is super cool. Like
no, I think all the areas are awesome. I just like if you just want to be like, oh, those are just generic. I'm like, yeah, I think the savannah / desert area is like the opening area is really fucking cool.
I think so too. I like it a lot.
Yeah,
because you don't really go there often, but there's this whole desert section that's literally like just a bunch of giant sand dunes and shit. And it's fucking awesome. Like I can't wait to fight like a Diablos over there or something.
That's one monster they can fucking keep.
That's your Tigrex?
Yeah, that's my Tigrex.
Oh my god, bro! I don't actually hate Diablos as much as 4 made me kill 100 of them for 1 gem. I don't know why. I think I bonded with the monster when I was in that period of time. I got a soft spot for Diablos, so.
No, I'm good. But that's pretty much all I got to say about Monster Hunter for right now.
For now, okay. Yeah. All right, fair enough. I mean, the only thing I'm worried about, I'm a little disappointed with the title update announcements. Like, I really hope we get more than just Mizutsune in the first update, because I like that monster, but dude, if you're gonna tell me I could only get one, it's like I would have picked a lot of different monsters,
I usually they do about 4 per title up.
No, that's what they did with Rise. So
yeah, I think once they actually nail down the system, we'll start getting more monsters, but I think they still have to just nail down the system, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, they could be being conservative too, and they just announce one they know they'll have ready, and there may be more they're trying to get ready, and they're just not sure yet.
Yeah, exactly.
So we'll see.
I mean, I don't know. Out of all the teams, I glaze. The Monster Hunter team is one of the teams I glaze, and Monolith Soft. Like those teams can really almost never let me down. To be honest with you. Even with Rise, they still came back with Sunbreak. I just didn't like the anomalies in Rise, but I think the monster design in Rise is really cool and stuff like that. So yeah,
I almost want to go back and play it a little bit. Like because we didn't. When Sunbreak came out, we only played for like a month. There was like a whole shitload of title updates we didn't even touch.
And they nerfed the anomaly shit. They kind of changed it around and stuff like that. So
really, okay,
yeah, I kind of want
to. When we're done with Wilds, maybe we take a look at it again.
Yeah, I was thinking that like maybe we just go back and take a look at it once we're.
Because to be fair, this is the other thing I will say. There's not a lot of content in Wilds at launch. Like I think it's a pretty easy game to finish or quick game to finish. Because the low rank campaign's only 15 or 20 hours. If you beeline through it. And high rank is similar, I think, for the most part. So, like, dude, Jet's already done. I think. Like, I think he finished the last. I think he finished the last one last night. The last key quest.
Okay.
So it's like, dude, the game's not even been out. It's literally been out for a week. So. So yeah. All right. We will. We'll say more about Monster Hunter next week as we keep playing it. All right, Montrell. Let's move on to the news. We don't have a lot of news this week, but this first one is interesting, certainly. Battlefield 6 footage appears to have leaked online today, and it was a couple videos that were it basically was one long video cut in half, essentially, and it just looked like some basic multiplayer gameplay. But Montrell, you sent this to us, so what'd you think of it? Are you excited?
Yeah, I don't know. This comment I've read is like, really encapsulates how I feel. The comment says Battlefield is an easy formula. Make gameplay like Battlefield 4 with complete destructible environments, and the money starts printing itself. And that's what this game looks like, baby. So, boom, like that's all you gotta do for a Battlefield game, and have a squad. Have squad mechanics and stuff like that. No fucking hero shooter or operator shooter mechanics or anything of that nature. So
yeah,
the gameplay footage I showed, and there's actually more gameplay footage that got leaked, like 11 minutes worth of gameplay footage after that gameplay footage. And it looks really cool, man. It looks like what I wanted from a Battlefield game, a modern Battlefield game. I'm glad it looks like they're just going back to their roots, man. It looks like an updated version of Battlefield 3, which a lot of people consider the best Battlefield. I think Battlefield Bad Company 2 is. But yeah, I don't know. It looks really good. Vincent Pella is cooking, and hopefully he continues to cook with this game. And they don't really change too much stuff. They add more stuff and add more destructibility into the game. I want the reason I like Bad Company 2 is because you can level an entire map and change the entire landscape of the map, like, and throughout the game. So
why did they get away from that? I don't understand, dude. It's so weird.
Yeah, it is. Maybe it was hard to design maps. I can see it being hard to design maps around that. Whereas Battlefield,
they were just chasing COD, dude, and COD wasn't. Yeah, COD wasn't doing that. And I think executives made mistakes with what they made the team do. I think that's what happened. Because you remember there was a BR and Battlefield 5 or whatever.
Yep. It was fucking Firestorm. That shit.
What the fuck are we doing? What the fuck are we doing, man? So I don't know. I've never played Battlefield, but it sounds like the shooter I'm looking for if I'm going to play in a quote unquote arena shooter like that. So I'm kind of excited myself because we don't have a shooter right now that we're playing as a group, and I think everybody would be on board to play some Battlefield if it was actually good. So
yeah, you'll be a squad of 4 in the 32-on-32 map, which is really cool. And
yeah, man. Oh my god, that sounds.
And those squads, you may think those squads of 4, your little squad will make a difference, but sometimes. I would say the majority of the time, it's those squads that are really coordinated makes huge differences on the battlefield. It's actually insane. So
yeah. Fair enough. Well, we'll see if this leads to an announcement soon, or I don't know. When did Battlefield 2042 come out? Was that 3 years ago now, or 4 even?
4 years ago, because I was in my new apartment. I was in my apartment.
God, has it been that long? That's so insane, dude. I remember when it was announced, I was hyped for it, I was super excited for it, and it just was a fucking shit show, dude. Man, so I guess it's about time then that we get the next game. No, like it's been long enough.
I mean, they've been trying to. Everyone's been like, "Oh, Battlefield 42 is fixed, man." Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I still, the people that say that, I still don't. They don't understand what a Battlefield game is, and no offense to them. I mean, you can like the game. It's your right to like the game.
Mhm.
I it's the operators really just turned me the fuck off the game because it's just like I'm not playing Rainbow Six Siege. I'm playing fucking Battlefield. There should be
Yeah.
no. There should be classes or yeah, classes or whatever the case may be. In each class, you know, you had the medic class, you had the fucking sniper class, the heavy gunner class, and then the assault class. And like that was the class. Those are the classes. And if you want to have many classes in between that, cool. But like they tried to make the operators those mini classes. Like they're like, oh, this is the fucking assault class, and then they had the operation there, and that's how they changed it, and that's how they revamped it now. But
Yeah.
you when you're on the field with every NPC that looks the same, has the same like personality, if that makes any sense,
Yeah.
is different from like we're like, oh, Montrell, like all the other battlefields just had like generic NPCs, but like that was the point. You were like a faceless soldier, and that's kind of the point. Whereas you're playing as a character that has a name, and like there are 5 other characters with that same name and face, you know, doing their same thing, if that makes any sense. So it doesn't really add to the Battlefield element, in my opinion. It looks like a video game, that if that makes any sense. I don't know if I'm making sense with that,
Yeah.
but
No, I know what you mean.
yeah,
It's a subtle distinction, but it's there. It matters. Like
yeah, it matters. It kind of takes you out the emergence of the Battlefield, and that's the other reason I can't get into Battlefield 2042, because that breaks that immersion for me. So yeah.
all right, fair enough. All right, let's move on to our next story. This is a weird one. This one also happened this week. It's been announced that Acclaim is coming back. So Acclaim was a publisher in the 80s and the 90s, and they went bankrupt in 2004. And they were kind of a big publisher back in the day. And they're coming back. So their announcement is saying, quote, Acclaim will provide much needed resources such as funding, marketing, PR, and support, giving independent studios the opportunity to bring their creative visions to a broad audience. One of the key goals for the relaunched Acclaim is to resurrect and revitalize its beloved portfolio of classic IP enjoyed for years by millions of players. To ensure this vision comes to life, Acclaim has assembled an advisory board comprised of esteemed industry leaders. And yeah, pretty much end quote right there. So this is weird out of nowhere. Clearly somebody got ownership of this and had the desire to revive it. The biggest game I remember from Acclaim for me that I was like obsessed with when I was younger is a game called Revolt. And it is do you remember that game? Do you wait, do you know that game?
Yes.
Okay. It's this stupid. It's this stupid.
Were we like separated at birth or something?
No. Oh, damn, dude. Wow. How have I never brought this game up? That's crazy. Neither of us have ever talked about this. So, Revolt was this RC car racer. Like you literally played as an RC car. Like you were an RC car in like supermarkets and neighborhoods and like museums.
So cool, dude.
And it was one of the most badass racing games I've ever played. I loved the shit out of this game. The physics were completely absurd. Like
track was just
bomb, bro. Bomb. Absolutely. So my hope is we get a Revolt remaster or something that comes to modern consoles or something. Bro, I'm all over that. If we can play multiplayer, I'm all in, dude. Like I'm totally down for that shit. But yeah, so that's the one game I remember from Acclaim. I don't know about you if you have any other specific memories with them, but
no, I forgot they actually did that game.
Yeah.
I didn't. I completely forgot. I don't really know any games though that they. I mean, because they published like NBA Jam, but NBA Jam came back obviously. But I can't remember any other games that I was just like. I just remember their logo was that lizard that they had.
Yep.
That was their fucking That was your thing. And like, and
Yeah.
when I saw that lizard, I'm like, either it's going to be a really good game or a really shitty game. So,
pretty much. Yeah, they were very hit or miss. But dude, like when they hit, man, dude, you're like talking about this is just making me want to go play Revolt, bro. Like I'm thinking of like the music. It's like this techno. Some of the levels had this like really awesome like techno music and shit. For like the supermarket levels, and like you're like driving through like the freezer and shit, and like some of the aisles over like cash registers. It's so good.
I have that fucking playlist saved on my YouTube.
Oh, I gotta get it, dude. Oh my god, no. And then there was like there was like the outdoor level where you're in like a greenhouse or whatever. Do you remember that song where it's like ba-da-ba, or something like that? And it's like really like upbeat. Yeah.
Told you, I listen to that shit all the time. That's one of my favorite soundtracks, dude.
That is hilarious. How have we never talked about this game, dude? That's crazy, man.
I thought because I never talked about it because only me and my brother played this game on PC all the time.
Yeah,
like, we had it on PC, and we played it all the fucking time.
Dude, I was obsessive. I was obsessed with this game for a long time as a kid. Like, it was crazy.
Yeah, I thought like it was one of those games that like, oh, only I played. Nobody really played this game before. So like it was another game I played, not from Acclaim, but it was another game I played called Toy Commander. That was really cool and it kind of had that same kind of vibe and stuff like that. And the music was like really it was like some upbeat technical shit and it was like really good. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's kind of crazy that we never talked about this game, but
I want to see if it's out there. Can you buy it? Yeah, it's on Steam, dude.
Yeah, you can still buy it. I have it on Steam.
Wait, it's on Steam. Can we play multiplayer?
I don't know. I haven't tried it.
Bro,
I just played the game on myself sometime.
This might be like dude, it came out in 2022. How did I miss this? What the fuck, dude? You're fucking kidding me, dude. Wow. Cause this is a I don't know. This game is so good. Cause there's like a progression to the game too. Like it's like you unlock different cars as you play it, like RC cars, and they get way better over the course of the game. And the game's actually not easy, by the way. Like controlling your car is really hard if you want to do it well, because the game is like the controls are fucking the cars.
It feels like an RC car.
It really does feel like an RC car. Yeah, your car will spin out in the middle of a turn if you take it too hard or too sharply or something. Like it's actually pretty crazy.
Yeah, that game was like really fucking fun.
Yeah. Oh my god, look at these screenshots, man. I might.
Oh, that's right. They used to own the Turok IP. That's what it was.
True. That's what I remember. Yeah, dude. I think I know what I might be doing tonight. I don't know.
Oh, brother.
Sorry, Monster Hunter. Bro, this series is so good. This game's so good, man. Well, that's it's cool. I don't know how this is on Steam though, because like, yeah, Acclaim obviously didn't exist, so I don't know if they bought the IP and re-released it or what. There's some people in the reviews saying these people are scammers or something, stuff like that. So I'm not sure what's going on here. So maybe we'll get like a more official release somewhere. But
I have a burnt copy of it, so that's why I still have it. So
yeah,
it is on GOG too.
Oh, okay. That might be a better place to get it then. But fair enough. All right. Well, that's cool. Claims back. We'll see what they do. All right. Final story of the week. January Circana numbers, which I could not find the GamesBeat article that I usually use. So the format of this is all fucked up. So
you had to do the tweets.
I had to do Matt Piscatella's Blue Sky posts. I don't even know what they're called.
His Blue Sky. Oh, they call them Skeets. Oh my god.
No, they don't. No, they don't. What the fuck? Why, bro?
Because the newer generation doesn't understand where the word Skeet came from. So they're like, just call it Skeets. And then the creator was like, all right, cool, we're just gonna call them Skeets.
No, that's
but my brain is like,
dude, that's where I'm going.
Yeah. But they're officially called Skeets. I just say post. So I'm not calling them Skeets.
I'm just gonna call them posts. But all right, so yeah, this is from Matt Piscatella. I mean, this is the primary source of this. So he works for Circana. So, this might be a better place to get this information anyways. But So total video game sales for January 2025. Total video game sales for the month were 4.513 billion this year versus 5.322 billion last year. That is a negative 15% decrease.
Ooh, yikes.
And then video game content, this is full game sales, microtransactions, subscriptions, etc. This year was 4.115 billion versus 4.683 billion last year. That is a 12% decrease. Video game hardware, 205 million this year versus 371 million last year. That's a 45% decrease. And then video game accessories, 194 million this year versus 268 million last year. That is a 28% decrease. Now, I will say, Matt does point this out in his posts. I'm not saying skeets posts. That this period this year was tracking 4 weeks versus last year's 5 weeks in the same period. So that is a reason why the numbers are so stark. So we'll keep that in mind. Certainly here. So it looks bad, but it's not quite as bad as you might think.
Okay.
Top 20 best-selling games in the U.S. for the month. Number 1, Call of Duty Black Ops 6. Number 2, Madden NFL 25. Number 3, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Number 4, EA Sports FC 25. Number 5, Minecraft. Number 6, Marvel Spider-Man 2. Number 7, EA Sports College Football 25. Number 8, Donkey Kong Country Returns. Number 9, Hogwarts Legacy. 10, Sonic Generations. 11, Helldivers 2. 12, Astrobot. 13, Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. 14, Super Mario Party Jamboree. 15, Elden Ring. 16, Final Fantasy VII Remake and Rebirth Twin Pack. 17, Mario Kart 8. 18, The Crew Motorfest. 19, UFC 5. And 20, It Takes Two. What's jumping out to you there? It's January. It's not really a lot of new releases. So.
Yeah, I don't know why I thought this month was going to be a little bit different. I guess that Final Fantasy VII Twin Pack, that shit's kind of weird. I didn't.
Well, Rebirth came out on PC, so they made a bundle of both games. So that's why Rebirth's so high. It's number 3. So, Minecraft at 5, Spider-Man 2 at 6. We got a lot of old games up high.
Did the movie come out or something?
I don't know. No, I don't think so. Mario Kart 8 got back on the fucking list.
I'm so tired of seeing that fucking game, dude.
Yeah, kill me, bro. Like, we need a new Mario Kart, Nintendo. Like, it's been, dude. This game came out in 2014, I think, the original version of it. It's like, it's been a decade since we got a new Mario Kart game. Like, that is actually insane.
Yeah, I don't know, man. And then it's like, where do we go from here with Mario Kart?
Yeah. It just needs to be like Mario Kart Ultimate, dude. Like, every track, every racer, every item they've ever had, like that's pretty much, like, that's the only place left to go, with the new Mario Kart game.
Well, I feel like Mario Kart 8 is that.
It isn't though. It isn't though. It doesn't have every track.
Oh, okay. I thought it did have every track.
No, they had track packs that they released, that DLC, that 8-wave DLC thing they did, which added a lot of tracks, but it's not every track they've ever made.
Okay.
Definitely not. So, yeah.
I'm tired of this game though.
Do you want to be depressed?
Yes.
Okay. So he also posted the top 10 titles played on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series, and Steam in the US, ranked by monthly active users.
Wait, what?
So, yes. Most played titles. So, PlayStation 5. Number 1, Fortnite. Number 2, Call of Duty HQ. Number 3, Grand Theft Auto 5. Number 4, Marvel Rivals. Number 4, Marvel Rivals. Number 5, Roblox. 6, NBA 2K25. 7, Suicide Squad. Kill the Justice League. 8,
what?
EA Sports College Football 25. 9, Madden NFL 25. 10, Minecraft. Top 10 titles played on Xbox. Number 1, Call of Duty HQ. Number 2, Fortnite. Number 3, Roblox. Number 4, Marvel Rivals. Number 5, Grand Theft Auto 5. Number 6, Minecraft. Number 7, UFC 5. Number 8, Rainbow Six Siege. Number 9, NBA 2K 25. Number 10, EA Sports College Football 25. Steam. Number 1, Marvel Rivals. Number 2, Counter-Strike 2. Number 3, Helldivers 2. Number 4, Path of Exile. Number 5, Balatro. Number 6, Baldur's Gate 3. Number 7, Rocket League. Number 8, Cyberpunk 2077. Number 9, Delta Force 2024. Number 10, Pal World. So Steam, PC gamers
are more diverse.
That is a significantly more diverse list than the other two.
Not
console
one...
gamers are brain dead fucking lemmings. Like, what are y'all doing? Straight up.
They're not helping their case. Like,
it's literally the same games in a different order, like on both consoles. Like, there's like one game that's different on each. And can somebody explain to me why Suicide Squad killed the Justice League is at 7? Dude, did it come to PS Plus? It must have. Like, okay, there's no other explanation. Like, what?
This is a hot take, right? This is a super hot take. And I don't want to get, if we were famous, like if we were big, this will get way more exponential like pushback. Yeah. I honestly think PlayStation players are the worst gamers of all the consoles and everything. Like, not, and I'm a PlayStation player, but I came from Xbox ecosystem. I was an Xbox hardcore ecosystem, right?
Yeah.
Bro, when I tell you, especially when I play, like when I went over to my friend's house, this is like, 2012 or whatever the case, I would play Call of Duty on Xbox or whatever. And I would play that game. And like the competition was fierce because not only were you playing with Call of Duty players, but you were playing with Halo players as well who played Call of Duty as well. And we were just naturally good at fucking first person shooters. I swear to God, Justin, I would go over to the PlayStation side and play the game. Easy. It was like I was playing kindergartners, bro. I'm like, what is this, bro? Like,
they're soft, bro. The PlayStation players are soft, man.
No, they are. I think the only thing they were genuinely good at on PlayStation side was like there was more competition on fighters on the PlayStation side than there was on the Xbox side.
I can see that. You got like Tekken and stuff, yeah.
Yeah, so on the Xbox side, terrible people. They were terrible at fighting games on the Xbox side. When I went into the PlayStation side, like I genuinely got my ass whooped as far as fighters go because a lot more people played on the PlayStation side as far as fighters, and the fighting game community is more PlayStation centric. So in that aspect, but like other games though, like every other game though, they were just terrible at the game or whatever. Like their PlayStation players aren't very good at video games. Genuinely speaking, I think they did a survey about that too, like which players were better, and PlayStation players were ranked. Yeah, PlayStation players were ranked among the worst players. Like PC was top. It was Xbox and then Nintendo, and then it was like PlayStation players. Like they were ranked among the worst players or whatever. It's actually fucking insane. I don't know, man. Like this list, I guarantee you, bro. Like Fortnite players on fucking Call of Duty or Fortnite are way better on Xbox than they are on PlayStation, in my opinion. But that's besides the point. Also, I think PlayStation players are kind of like brain dead because why the fuck are we playing Suicide Kill the Justice Squad League? Is it because it was free 1 month? That had to be it. That's the only thing I can think of.
Yeah, you guys gotta find something better to do with your fucking time, dude. Like straight up, like I am fucking sorry, but this is coming from a guy who plays fucking Wuthering Waves. Like, you gotta find something better to do with your fucking time, dude. Like, Suicide Squad, come on, man. Like, holy shit.
And also, bro, can we stop being so typical? Like, every game on here is like, bro, as fuck.
Dude, this is the list I would guess if I was gonna guess. You know, it's like besides it's that Roblox, bad. It's literally that bad.
Yeah, besides Roblox, Marvel Rivals, and fucking Minecraft, right? Bro, everything on here has a gun. Or it's like it has a ball to play with, like the sports. It's like, bro.
Yeah, but even Marvel Rivals has guns, bro. Like,
Yeah, that's true. Some of the characters do have guns. So it's like all we like are shooters in sports games. And it's like, bro, like that's the thing I think
It's
I
a
am
bad
most
look for the
disappointed.
U.S. I will
Yes.
say it's a
And
bad
that's
look
the
for the
thing
US.
I'm the most disappointed in PlayStation players, bro, because
Yeah.
that title used to belong to Xbox players. They were the dude bros. Now PlayStation
Hey
is like
man, Call of Duty's number 1 on Xbox. It's number 2
it
on
is.
PlayStation. So
I mean, it's still a dude bro console, but I expect that from Xbox.
yeah.
I'm sorry, Xbox players, but y'all are like cavemen, bro. Ooh, me see ball, me with the play, like
Ooga
me
booga,
see
me
gun.
shoot
Yeah,
good.
exactly. And PlayStation players usually are more diverse, but like that's PC now.
I
Like,
know. Isn't it insane? PC's the one that's like half the list is like single player games, you know? Balatro. I was expecting Baldur's Gate 3 on there, but dude, Cyberpunk? Power
yes,
World's still up there? What the fuck? Like even
dude,
Path of Exile, I mean, that is a live service game technically, but like, I mean, that's better than like Fortnite, you know? To be honest, it's like, I'll take that, you know? That's a way more niche genre, so.
yeah. Shouts out to PC. Not even Call of Duty is on top in PC, bro. Like,
It's
yeah,
not even on
that's
the
really,
list.
it's not even on the list. Yeah, you're right.
That's
It's not even on the
crazy.
fucking
That's
list.
actually crazy.
Fortnite
Dude.
is not even on the list, but that is Steam.
Yeah, bro.
Fortnite's
Well,
not on
Epic
Steam.
Games Store. Epic Games Store. Yeah.
Fortnite's not on
Same for COD. Actually, I don't think COD's on Steam.
Oh, it isn't. Oh
I
shit.
don't think so. I don't think it is.
But yeah,
So
like,
that might, maybe so PC might be being saved out of circumstance.
okay, but Madden's still there. You know.
Oh no,
Madden's still
COD's on
Steam.
here. Okay, COD's on here. Okay,
Yeah,
never mind.
okay.
Never mind. Never mind.
And Madden's still on Steam. NBA 2K is still on Steam. You know, so
It's just Fortnite. That's the big one.
Yeah. Yeah, like I don't know, man. Shouts out to Steam players, man. Like,
yeah,
they're holding the fort down as far as, I mean, Steam does have a very diverse market. If you're looking, you can have a decent rig and play a shit ton of single player games that are on Steam that no one's never heard of and have the time of your fucking life.
Dude, I'll even give you Rocket League, you know? Like, at least that's a unique live service game, you know?
Yeah, for sure. So, I don't know, man. Like, I need console. I just need, oh, God, bro.
Wait a second.
This
Rocket League is number 7 when you can't even buy it?
What? You can't buy Rocket League?
Remember they took it off Steam a couple years ago.
Really?
Dude, that's crazy. Yeah, you can't buy it. Dude, that's so nuts. What the fuck? That's with no new players? That can't be. That's fucking nuts. Y'all are fucking real ones, dude. That's fucking that is so nuts. Holy shit. Wow. Okay. That's dedication, bro. I gotta hand that to them, man. That's fucking crazy.
Is it on Epic Game Store now?
Yeah, remember Epic bought Psyonix several years ago.
Oh yeah, you're
and that
right.
remember we did a story on this because they took the game off Steam when they bought them after they bought them. Yeah, dude. Yeah. So the idea that like years later, Rocket League's in the top 10 of monthly active users on Steam? What the fuck? Like,
that's like, insane, dude.
I don't know. It's got to be feeding in data from Epic Game Store or something through the game, maybe. Like it's like a bug or something. Because I don't know. That feels really hard to believe. But
yeah, no, y'all are real ones for sure.
Well, hold on a second. So when I search Rocket League, I can't find the game here. Like I don't see the game listed, but I see like DLC packs for it, you know? But it's like a Beat Saber. I think it's for Beat Saber. Yeah, it's a Beat Saber X Rocket League music pack.
Yeah, I don't get it either.
Yeah, it's for Beat Saber, so it's not Rocket League. Yeah. So yeah, no, dude, I don't think you can buy the game on here. That's fucking nuts, dude. Hey man,
yeah, that's crazy. Hey man,
I'll give it to him.
I will say this too. Also, I've been wanting to say this for a while. I'm wanting to let it cook for a while. This is funny to me. So all the Marvel Rivals shit, right?
Yeah.
If you watch Instagram reels, or if you have TikTok, I don't have TikTok, but like I have Instagram Reels and YouTube Shorts and stuff like that. And also, I see the discourse on my timeline because a lot of casuals are playing Marvel Rivals and stuff like that. And bro, when I tell you, I can't do nothing but laugh because they sound exactly like League players. They complain just the same way as me. Why the fuck? You're a fucking DPS. Why are you all being fucking DPSs? Stop trying to go for kills and rank, bro. We need to do. I can only do so much as a fucking support. I'm like, whoa, wow. You guys sound like us League players. Like,
yeah, man.
Who want to fucking climb? Like, that's what. Why are you picking this character in fucking ranked? Oh, blah, 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 blah. We need a fucking tank. I know everybody. Everybody can't be DPSs in ranked, bro. It's like, yeah, man, y'all sound like us. They sound like they're complaining about it, and it's just they're like, I can't fucking climb. I don't know how I'm fucking supposed to climb with this shit. How am I supposed to climb with these fucking idiots? These brain dead fucking idiots. I'm like, oh man, you guys sound like this.
You know what? Go find a different game. Marvel Rivals, it looks kind of boring, dude. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, it's literally fucking
it's just
Overwatch.
Bro.
Yeah,
it's such a, I don't know. I think the game is really, it just looks really uninspired. I don't know. It's like I need to play it probably to like say that definitively, but that's just my vibe based on what I've seen of it. I watched some streams of it, and I'm just like, oh god.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's one of those games you just have to play.
Yeah.
But for me, I'm over the whole hero shooter craze. But I watch videos of people saying like, well, this proves that the hero shooter craze isn't over with. We were just tired of fucking Overwatch. And I'm like, yeah, that could be true. I mean, I don't really like Overwatch.
You guys are all just fucking Marvel monkeys. Like, shut up. God, like, it's not a proof of shit. Like... Like, I don't know, dude. Like, it's like you're talking about Marvel. Like, it's not an original IP, you know? It's like
Marvel monkeys. I've never heard you sound like fucking Frieza. Fucking Marvel monkeys.
Fucking monkeys. Stupid Marvel monkeys.
Yeah, I think that is a big, huge component of it, though. It is Marvel. Yeah, I don't know. But it's also doing stuff that Overwatch just like negated and stuff like that, or neglected rather. Yeah. So I don't know. I think people are just addicted. They wanted another Overwatch and they got their Overwatch. It's like us if we wanted another league or whatever. But I mean, we do have other league. We have Dota, so that's there.
You're never gonna play it though.
You're right. I'm never gonna play it, bro. I'm sorry.
No, it is sad. It is a bummer. Like I do miss Dota in some ways. Like, bro, Timbersaw. There's just
when we were playing with you were in your element with that character. I'm like, damn, like,
bro, there was a point when Dota 2 came out, I discovered him. Like I used to play all random sometimes. Mm-hmm. And I remember I got him in a game and I was like, who the fuck is this motherfucker? I'd like never seen him before. And I started playing him, bro, and I'm like, dude, you're just like zipping around the map, fucking flying through people, throwing fucking giant saw blades at people and shit. It's fucking rules, dude. Timbersaw is so fun. So I that's like, I miss that about Dota because there's just no character like that in League. You know, it just wouldn't work. The game is too, like, it would be too overpowered. You know, his mobility, but it works in Dota. That's the thing. His mobility in Dota works because everybody's so tanky. You know, it's not that overpowered. You know, for him to be that tanky. Plus, it's so skill intensive. Like, you actually need to be good with him. You know, it's not something that any old idiot could just, you know, roll their face on the fucking keyboard and win, you know? So, but nah, yeah, man, he fucking rules. I love him. So I don't know. That's like part of, like, I want to go back to Dota for some of the characters, not necessarily the game. There's just some really fun champion designs in Dota, like, that are like really fucking cool.
No, they have some very. I think Dota is just very unique. Like, the map is unique. The way you interact with the map is unique, and everything like that. There's a lot more mechanics in the game than there is in League.
You can manipulate the game more than you can in League. You know? Yeah, that's League kind of forces you to play its way for the most part. You know, And Dota doesn't do that as much. You can kind of do your own thing and get away with it a lot of the time if you're good. So it's got more freedom in some ways, but that's the issue. That's the issue on the other side of that coin, is like it's too much freedom though, because then it becomes like analysis paralysis, and you don't really know what you should be focusing on at any given time when you're playing the game. You know, so it's like it can be a lot for somebody to learn. So.
But that's all I got for today.
All right, let's get the fuck out of here. It is Friday. I want to go play something. All right. Well, if you guys enjoyed this episode, please like the show, review the show, and subscribe to the show on whatever feed you are listening to it on. Please subscribe to us on YouTube as well. That'll help us out. If you'd like to interact with the show on Twitter, you can do so at The Players Take. Where you can send us questions, or you can email us at theplayerstake01@gmail.com, and we will most definitely answer your question on the show. That's it for us, guys. We hope you enjoyed this episode, and we will see you next week.